Coming to you live from the beautiful city of Johns Creek, Georgia. This is the Week Zero podcast, guys. Welcome back for another episode here on Kos Sports and the Punt Intended YouTube channels. I am your host tonight, Andrew Thanks Venables Coster. To my right is Connor, New York, Dotry. Diagonally, it's Lucas win the day. McKnight, and below me is Ryan Nerdane. Missed the play.
Oh my God!
He got him again.
Got
him again.
Got him again. Too easy.
But
Caught him slipping.
It is funny how ever since that happened, Oregon now doesn't have an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, or head coach. And Andrew lost his defensive coordinator.
That's okay. I'm glad we got a good one to replace him. So we are fine by that. But guys, welcome back. How was your guys' this past week for y'all?
You want to know? You really want to know how my past week has been?
I know it has. It's been
pretty freaking depressing, man. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, that's okay. That's how I was when Venables left. But I can't blame him for going.
Well, are you? Well, I mean, and Tennessee at least had the bye, right? They want to buy.
Tennessee had a bye last week, which is good. We got a lot of new guys coming off of IR this week, so that's huge.
What are you guys up to? 100 different players used this season?
I think it's coming up on like
90.
90 something.
I think the record's like 80 or something.
But the good news is that they didn't lose. The bad news is they lost first place.
And the bad news is the Patriots have won 7 straight and are probably coming back for that chance.
And it's like it's the 2001 all over again.
It really is.
Mac Jones has better statistics than Tom Brady did that season.
But
dear God, save us all.
But yeah, guys, I mean, it's been an incredible past week. Wish I was feeling a little bit better today, but that's all good. But we got a great show for you guys today. We are going to be doing our full bowl pick'em show. And by the way, we have a group. I believe it's on ESPN, correct, Ryan?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and what is it called?
We need to put that link in the.
It is called.
We will.
Put the link in the chat.
It is called the Week Zero Podcast Bowl Pick'ems.
All right, awesome. I will definitely be adding that then. But guys, in a minute we are going to look at the final rankings just for a minute, just to look over them. Obviously, there's not too much to talk about here. I feel like, especially since, we the rankings stayed how we expected them to, in the sense that, well, while not necessarily like they didn't, they moved around the most part, but the top 4, if I remember correctly, stayed the same for the most part.
I just
reordered it.
I just wish they had kept it consistent. So Michigan would have been 1, Cincy 2, Bama probably 3, and Georgia 4. If they had been truly consistent with it.
What do you mean?
Because Georgia was 1, Michigan was 2, Cincy was 3, Alabama was 4.
I think it's the way that Alabama beat Georgia. That was the reason they jumped.
Yeah, but I know it irks me a little bit.
I guess
it irks me.
It didn't really make a difference. It's just location
for no reason.
Yeah,
just because.
Well, the thing is with Georgia, at least, was that they were going to probably play in the Orange Bowl if they were the 1 seed anyway. So it didn't really change for them. So if anything, it really didn't change much at all. I guess maybe minus who they're playing, but in my opinion, them playing Cincinnati actually will end up, or Michigan actually will be more to their advantage.
I don't think so.
I do, because their run defense is their bread and butter, and they can slow Michigan down. I just think that really plays to their strengths. By the way, here are the current rankings. Alabama, obviously,
State still ranked. They were like 19, and they dropped only to 24. But
yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Ranked. But Utah State's not ranked?
It's because Utah State has 3 losses. That's the only reason why. Yeah.
Well, why is San Diego State even still ranked after losing to Utah State?
They should. Yeah, not just
not even like losing, but yeah.
I think it was just. I think a lot of it's about teams that are below them. Like, who do you put in?
Yeah.
You know
I mean, I have a problem with Texas A&M as a 4-loss team being there, honestly.
The only reason
it's just that Bama win, man. It's just that Bama win.
You know they love that SEC.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another thing that bothers me. They're like they were saying during the playoff show that they wanted to avoid the SEC rematch in the semifinals, but no, they're setting it up to where it's going to be the SEC rematch in the championship game. Either way, I feel like they want the SEC rematch no matter what.
Well,
no matter what, I feel like in this situation, if you have two teams in the same conference, if it's going to stay with the 4-team format, I feel like you almost have to, just because this should not be the SEC college football championship. That's why I feel like in this situation, why don't you just make Georgia and Bama play again?
They never.
I think it's because of how it went.
Why
would you want to watch that again?
I know, but then
you could
get it out of the way and at least actually give Michigan or Cincy a chance to be in the national championship.
I know, but I'm saying I'd rather see Michigan and Cincy.
Teams are not going to be favored in their matchups. Georgia's going to be favored by probably 7. Alabama's going to be favored by 20.
They're favored by 14.5 at this moment. Against
Georgia
Cincy.
or
no, Alabama. Alabama's favored to beat Cincy by 14.5.
What's about Georgia?
Georgia, I think, is favored by 7.
Yep, 7. So, they're not no one's giving these Michigan or Cincy a chance. It's kind of ridiculous.
Well,
Either way,
7-point favorites.
The SEC matchup. They want the all SEC matchup.
Yeah,
they do, but all Georgia had to do was take care of business. That's all they had to do.
And then Bama wouldn't be there. Probably, and Notre Dame would actually probably be up there if not.
I will say this though, I do hate that the SEC just gets so much love from the committee that we've seen. This is what, the 3rd time we've seen 2 SEC teams in the college football playoff. Is that
yes? At least there was Alabama.
I understand.
There's literally no. There's
only the
no
second time.
punishment. There's no punishment for losing in the SEC title game.
I get that,
None.
but who do you put? Genuinely, Ryan, who do you put in front of one of those?
No, I'm saying this year it's fine because you have Notre Dame, who is not better than Georgia or Bama, and then you have a bunch of 2-loss teams. But I'm saying if this was a normal year where you maybe have a 1-loss Big 12 champion, or you have a 1-loss, I don't know, Oregon, who's a Pac-12 champion, I just feel like the committee either way would have kept Georgia in over those 2 teams. And to me, that's basically telling the SEC teams, doesn't matter if you make it to the SEC title game and you lose, you're still in. Even if you're on.
I think that's one of the biggest reasons. I think that's actually whenever I think about why they can't expand, it seems so obvious. Just make it 8 to 12 teams and just give each conference, an automatic bid plus, the best group of 5 team or whatever. And then you have anywhere from 3 to.
But then you'd have an issue with those 3 spots.
I'm saying I think the fear would be, most of the time it would probably all be filled by the rest of the SEC. So you would have Bama. You'd have Bama would be the automatic bid, and then there'd be Georgia, and then, and in this case, Ole Miss would be there. So you'd have 3 SEC teams if it was.
You'd have 3 Big Ten teams as well. Exactly.
So, but if LSU or Auburn was on their game, they could be up there inside the top 10. If they had pulled off an upset here and there over Georgia or Alabama or something. So I think that's the big fear about why they don't want to go to 12 teams for the playoff, is because, you could have it a majority, at least a third, if not more, of the 12 teams could be, from one conference like the SEC or even the Big Ten. How the Big Ten was playing out this year.
I will also say another issue I have. Lucas can get on me all he wants, but they were talking about this on the playoff show as well. Utah and Oregon only separated by 3 spots. For Utah basically beating Oregon's head into the turf 2 straight games, there's a way bigger gap than 3 spots. I would probably put Oklahoma ahead of Oregon.
Yeah, well,
just because I understand Oregon didn't have a lot of players, but to me it's you can't get dogged by the same team twice.
Here's the problem with that though, is that it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. But I also think Utah is a top 10 team. I think they're the hottest team in college football right now.
Okay, well, they have 3 losses. You're not going to get in if you have 3 losses.
But it shouldn't. But I thought the committee said it's not based on losses.
3-loss team. The next 3-loss team is what? NC State or Clemson?
Yeah, it's NC State.
NC State.
Actually, no, it's
and-
Wake Forest. Correction, 17.
Oh, Wake Forest.
No,
has-
Iowa. Iowa has 3 losses.
Oh, they do. Okay,
Oh,
so
never
15.
mind. So it's not as big.
No,
as-
Oregon. Never mind, Oregon. They have 3
Yeah.
Yeah,
losses.
I can't even remember.
But to be fair, I would still take Oregon over Iowa.
Oh yeah, but that's just
So
because
it's
Iowa.
like, so it's just also like, who are you gonna like? Yeah, they're 11,
Do
but
you-
like, are you gonna put them above Michigan State and Oklahoma?
Let me ask you
State?
guys this though: who, honestly, do you guys think ahead of Utah is better than Utah at this moment?
Everybody up there, minus maybe Michigan State.
I would
See,
say
I don't know about that.
yeah,
Utah,
would
I
say
feel like
the same
Utah's
thing.
going to demolish Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. I don't think it's going to be close. Like,
I think they'd be able to beat Oklahoma. I think they'd be able to beat probably Oklahoma State and Michigan State.
Yeah, they're not the other one.
Oklahoma State's offense is not very good, and they just lost their defensive coordinator to Ohio State. So,
Well, and you look at it too, Utah, in between their Oregon games, they played against Colorado. Colorado's looked a lot better in their last couple weeks, or in like the last couple weeks of the season. And they actually played Utah in a very tough game. I think Utah only won by like 11 points over Colorado.
Colorado's
You guys
better
can
than
correct
Oregon.
me if you know.
but that usually happens when you come
But-
off of a big win like that they had just had.
Yeah, there's going to be some sort of letdown or drop off.
Yeah, but I think it kind of is the committee saying, Oregon maybe isn't, is kind of, they're in a weird limbo, really, because they could be really good or they could get thrashed by these teams. And I think, I mean, it makes a lot of sense now knowing that Mario Cristobal has been talking to Miami since mid-November.
It's been that long.
Does it like I guess correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Oregon seem like they have the highest ceiling of like a lot of these teams, but they also, like, when they hit the floor, they hit the floor. Like,
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, when we
up and down.
for the most part, when we lose, we do get blown out by teams. I mean, that's how Oregon's been forever. But I think it's mostly just because, I mean, they're the youngest team in the Pac-12 per starter. And, I mean, just the amount of guys that were injured this year. I think a lot of it, too, was stubbornness by our head coach, which now thinking about it a long time, I don't want to talk too long, but Mario was just too goddamn stubborn for his own good. And he continued to let Anthony Brown stay in that game. He continued to let some of this terrible offensive play happen, and he just let it happen. So I think that's partially why we're still 14, because maybe we could look electric in our next game without Mario and without our Joe Moorhead, who was terrible. So I don't know. But I do agree that I think Utah looks great, and they could probably beat a couple of those teams. I think I would even give them a good shot against Ole Miss.
I would give them a good shot against Notre Dame. I think they got a good. I think honestly, maybe even as high as Cincinnati. I think Utah could get all of those teams just because of they play great defense. They have one of the best linebackers in the country. I just think that they, like, obviously they're the hottest team right now. And they even said on the college football playoff show, like, if you're anybody in the top 10 right now, the one team you do not want to play right now is Utah.
Well, and here's the thing, too. 2 of their 3 losses were with Charlie Brewer at quarterback.
Uh-huh.
So once Cam Rising came in, he was like, what, 10-1 or something like that? I think that was his final record.
He only lost his first game. It was his first game as a starter he lost.
And I think that was against BYU.
I think it was against BYU.
Yeah.
So,
the 3 losses this year came at Oregon. No, his only loss actually, I believe, came at Oregon State. 2 of the teams they lost to, all their losses came on the road, and they were all the most they lost a game by this year was 9, and one of them was with Charlie Brewer. They lost at San Diego State by 2. They lost to Oregon State by 8. So, unless Utah had managed to win those games, they could be that close to even maybe they're making their statement case for the playoffs.
And you know what?
They would have had the resume.
Going into next year, I think Utah could be a true playoff contender. They have a lot.
I think they lose quite a bit of guys.
Just a lot of their guys are on like their defense, but I mean they're bringing back their running back. They're bringing back pretty much everybody on offense. I mean,
I don't know if Cam Rising is returning. Isn't he a transfer senior?
Well, the thing
He
is,
gets one more year because of COVID anyway.
well,
I don't
here's
think
the
the transfer.
thing.
And Brewers already said he's transferring out, right?
Yep.
I don't blame
Man,
him.
he left again.
Yeah, he's leaving
Rip.
again.
Is his older brother first name Michael Brewer?
I have no
Is his
idea.
brother Michael Brewer?
Well, apparently Utah does not have many seniors. They're just real. It looks like they're only losing. What is it?
The
One,
only
two,
real guy
three,
they're
four,
going to
five.
lose is their linebacker. What was his name again? Who had the pick six?
Number 0. I can't
Yeah.
remember.
He's projected
Well,
a first
and I
round
think
pick.
they're going to lose Neffy Sewell.
Oh yeah.
Who's their other really good linebacker? Obviously Noah and
Oh,
Noah's
yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
Which is funny because now all 3 of the Sewell brothers have a Pac-12 championship ring.
That's actually pretty cool.
But then my only other issue, I guess, with the top 25 is I would switch out San Diego State, and I'd put UTSA in just because I understand the loss to North Texas, but no, just hear me out.
I don't
San
blame.
Diego State.
I guess I
can
could
get
see
behind
that.
Like
I guess
because
They're
of how they
12-1.
played. Even if you put them at 25, they played good against a really, really good Western Kentucky team.
I
And-
insane
give you that.
catches during that game too. I remember I think like 3 insane ones during that game itself. This is really cool. But yeah, guys, that's really gonna do it, I guess, for our rankings. I guess really the next thing we probably want to talk about is kind of the question is what happened with Georgia against Alabama. And I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna give my opinion on how this game went because I watched it. My poor girlfriend Claudia had to go watch them lose a tough one. Was there in person. I felt
If
bad
you had
for
gone,
her.
they would have won.
I know.
That's your fault, Andrew.
She's gonna blame you for it. She's blaming you, Costa.
Nah, because they're gonna go. In my opinion, Georgia just did not have the right game plan. I'm just gonna tell you honest. I don't know what the heck they were thinking, running a crap ton of zone coverage. Just after Auburn had shut down Alabama's receivers for the most part with hard man. You got good quarterbacks. Darion Kendrick is a great quarterback, and I forgot who their other one is, but they're still good. Yeah, they look sus in that game, but I think it's partly because of the coverage they ran. They ran so much zone. Now, I don't know if that was a bait thing to think that they're just going to do it again in the national champion, or if it's assuming they play again in the national championship. But I just felt like they should have not been running a bunch of zone on defense.
What was the reason for him transferring from Clemson to Georgia anyway? Was it just because he?
No, Clemson dismissed him.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
So
maybe
what happened? No.
What
Happened? No. He did not get benched. He violated the team rules a bunch. And eventually there was the last straw.
I think what did hurt him was what was the suspect secondary, because really they hadn't faced any good kind of win hit. He's gonna retire.
I don't know about that.
Don't know about that, but I think Kirby Smart was asked about what the difference between last year's defense and this year's was. He said the secondary was a lot worse this year because they had 3 cornerbacks or defensive backs that all were drafted in the first 3 rounds.
They did.
A second round pick and a third round pick, and so that's going to hurt you. And they had never faced any good quarterbacks good enough to challenge them on the backside. So that's why their defense was better than it probably was, because they just never were beating over the top like that. Because Bama was just chewing them up. It looked almost like the beginnings of LSU versus Oklahoma from a few years ago in the playoff game.
Yeah, it did. But I think also the thing that people forget is those 2 picks that Stetson Bennett threw. One was a pick 6, and then one was when they were in Alabama territory. You take those 2 picks away, that's a 14-point swing potentially.
Yeah, but I also will say, I still think Georgia is the better team. I just think their defense kind of let them down in that game. But that's what I was worried about earlier in the year. I know you guys kind of laughed at me and stuff, but it's like this Georgia offense is not meant to go just score for score for score. They're not meant for a shootout.
No,
and I said back then that if it became a shootout, I didn't know if I trusted.
The defense would the offense wouldn't be able to keep up, and then the defense would break.
That was the only thing I was ever worried about Georgia, and I questioned. They never really got in that situation because the defense just dominated everybody. But that was one thing I was worried about, and I guess it just kind of showed that their offense is just not meant to compete with a high-level offense like that.
Well, see, okay, so and I kind of talked about this in the group chat about their run offense, and it looked like they were almost trying to prove something, which I don't really understand. I don't think I'm a lot less critical on Stetson Bennett than obviously Andrew is.
I don't get why he's getting a lot of hate.
I don't honestly. Well, I don't think he's actually that bad. I think he's pretty decent, but there's still no game where he should be throwing 48 times.
No,
that should never happen. But I mean, when you look at their run game, 30 rushes for 109 yards, which isn't the worst in the world, but why are you only giving your running back McIntosh, who had 8 yards per carry, only 4 carries in this game? And then Cook only with 11 carries. He should be upwards of 15 plus every game that you play.
And same with Zeus. No Zeus.
Yeah. And the same
Zamir
thing. Yeah, he only had 7 carries for 27 yards. So it's like,
I think they were just so worried about the clock and everything that they couldn't just do that.
Well, was Bama kind of stopping the run? I didn't watch the entire thing.
Well, I mean, Cook only averaged like 3.5 yards a carry, but that's still enough to get you in the end zone. I think the problem was too is like, why are you passing it every single play when Alabama arguably, in my opinion, does have the best pass rusher in all of college football?
So
I'll still take Aiden Hutchinson instead, but
they still did get
the other guy's got better statistics. I'm taking him.
I mean, Georgia just got back George Pickens as well, so I kind of felt like maybe they were trying to get him involved in the offense a little bit more.
Well, he only had
Pickens
had
2 catches,
41 yards.
How many throws did he have go his way?
I have no idea. But
was
I
he
will
just
say,
honestly, you guys watched the game more than I did, but
I stopped watching the game at halftime, so I have no idea.
Did George Pickens, was he just getting locked up all game? Was he open, or was he just?
You have to remember, he's coming off an injury. He really wasn't. He was more it felt like to me more of a decoy in this game. The main Georgia weapon in this game was Brock Bowers, and man, he looked good. He's
the tight end, right?
Yeah,
the tight end.
He was without a doubt their best player.
They said was surprised was not even a finalist for the Mackey Award.
Yeah,
hey, you know what? The Mackey Award.
He's second in the entire country in yards.
No, don't even give me that. The Mackey Award's BS. Not only did they not, because I thought Brock Bowers should have been in as well, but Michael Mayer is the best tight end in college football. He didn't even get in. Weidermeyer for Texas A&M.
No,
I'm pretty
Bowers
sure
better than Meyer.
It's because of lack of games. It's the same reason why Verone McKinley is going to win the Thorpe for the best defensive back in the country.
Because Kyle Hamilton didn't play the
Kyle
entire
Hamilton
didn't
play. Now, do I think Verone McKinley could have given him a real shot at it? Yeah, for sure.
Oh, by the way, real quick, Kyle Hamilton said there is a possibility he's coming back next year for Notre Dame.
That's really stupid.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Because he'd probably be a top 10 pick if he doesn't.
No, I think it's because him and Marcus Freeman have had talks, and I think it's because Kyle Hamilton is confident that he could win a national title next year.
Over the bag?
No, then he's completely lost any sense.
Yep, he has.
Go to a different school where he can actually gain back that intelligence.
We actually don't choke in the postseason big games.
But clearly, Notre Dame has made him lose all of his intelligence.
And the thing is, too, you look at guys look at how many guys have been could have been top picks and have come back. For instance, Oregon, Ifo Ekre-Olumu, he came back, could have been probably a top 20 pick in the draft, and then he came back towards ACL, and then he didn't even get drafted.
Bryce Love.
Or they do the opposite, where they should have stayed next year and then they go and they don't get drafted. That's what happens.
Justin Ross.
Well, obviously, Kyle Hamilton feels like there's something that he thinks makes him confident enough that he has a chance at a natty.
He might also think that he's going to drop and he has to prove something because NFL teams, they don't.
I agree,
unless it's Tennessee, unless it's the Tennessee Titans, then they don't They don't care about injuries.
Yeah,
but everybody else does.
Well, you know what? Also-
he gets injured and he's gone.
Also, from what I've heard,
He's going to become one of the best corners in the league within 2 years.
He should have been.
Like
But he
Jeffrey
ain't
Simmons.
gonna play.
also from what I heard, Kyle doesn't seem too interested in getting picked by the Texans or the Lions or the
He's
Eagles.
not going to be picked that. He's not going to be picked that high.
He'll
He's
probably go to
projected
Philly.
top 5. He's
No, he
projected.
won't go
projected-
top 5.
No, he's
He'll
not
probably
gonna
go to.
top
He
5.
could go to Philly though. They got 2 top 10 picks, so he could definitely go to Philly. Which why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to go to Philly?
Because it's Philly.
I don't know because they punch Santa Claus. They throw trouble at Santa Claus.
Their fans are the
Nothing
most
wrong with
toxic, one of the most toxic fan bases in
The
sports.
city of brotherly
that's
love
fantastic.
is not.
Yeah.
It does not have any
Brotherly
love.
love.
Nah,
Yeah, brotherly love.
love.
I think that's literally is just an oxymoron name given to the city.
Plus,
as long as
Jalen Hurts
Minshew's there,
sells.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
That's a
Gardner
good point, Minshew.
Gardner Minshew would be a great teammate.
I don't know why he gets so much hate. He's not a bad quarterback at all.
He's not,
Like-
but anyway, guys, that's good enough about the playoff rankings. We got a lot of stuff we got to move forward with as well. But one thing, before
Oh,
we get
we're
to
not talking
pick
about
up-
the other championship games.
No, those other ones don't matter.
The
Let's
one where
be
we
real.
came up 1 inch short of a college.
It
football
didn't,
playoff,
it didn't
right?
matter because Oklahoma State's offense just sucks, and yeah.
I couldn't believe how slow that running back was. By the way,
Oh yeah, he was.
Oh, dude, no, I watched it. I immediately thought he was gonna make it, to the corner, and then he doesn't make it. I'm like, dude, he is the
it's
slowest
so
guy.
crazy, so slow.
Like,
You know what?
immediately upon him bouncing it to the outside, to the left side, I'm like, oh, he's got it. And then he gets run down and is about, I don't know, that far away from.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what?
Clearing the goal line.
He
So
can
post.
brag that he is the closest, like he has the play that was the closest to ever getting to the college football playoff. I guess that's one thing he can say. Nobody's ever been that close.
Lucas, I mean, you're very used to being 1 yard short, right? You're
Right.
very familiar with that. You're very familiar with that.
I wasn't even coherent by that time. I wasn't even a year old.
I don't
so
even think you were
care.
born
I
by
didn't see
then.
it.
I think you
I
were
didn't
about
see it.
3. You didn't even know what a time was.
Nope, I didn't see
Where
it.
Tennessee was.
My dad's watching right now. He can be sad about
Oh,
it.
Jesus.
But
Yeah,
that's
Titans
easy.
were 1 yard
So
short.
I'm just causing your dad to have Vietnam flashbacks.
yeah.
Just honestly though, like, how does your dad feel about being that close to a Super
Well,
Bowl?
I'll tell you what. One time when I was younger, I went to Goodwill and I bought a Marshall Falk jersey, and let's just say he wasn't very happy about it.
And you didn't know. You just liked it was a nice.
I just thought it was a cool jersey.
All right.
Look what I got.
I love talking
just-
about
he
the
just,
NFL.
like, No, he just grabs it for you and just grabs a light, just lights it on fire.
All right, who's gonna win the Heisman?
Yeah. There's really, I don't know why we even need to have this talk because it's clearly obvious it's going to be Bryce.
It's going to be
Young.
Bryce Young, but based on numbers, I want Kenny Pickett to win it.
I know, I agree.
I
Can we
want
also
Kenny
talk
Pickett to
about
win it.
Kenny Pickett's fake slide?
Fantastic.
That was
That was
that was amazing.
I do
That-
think
it should-
that will
it should
cause
be illegal.
a lot- It should
be
it
illegal.
probably
It's
will
going to lead to
play a
more
role in
targeting, I
teams.
bet. If quarterbacks do fake slides, that's going to lead to more targeting.
I want to
Yeah.
know, like,
No,
how
because
did
what's going to happen is if that happens, they fake slide, and a defensive player is just going to come up and just knock him if he can get the angle right. He's just going to
Yep.
blow him up. As
Well,
best
wait,
as he can.
wait a minute. So Dan Marino did the fake spike, right?
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
Now, but
So did-
you don't
so did
see
Ben
that
Roethlisberger.
anymore.
Big Ben did that against Dallas a few years ago.
Josh Rosen did that against Texas A&M a few years ago.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It'd
Oh,
be
yeah,
tough to pull
UCLA.
off that fake slide, but the fact that he did it is definitely going to have people, chatting about it. Like, hey, let's maybe not do that because
Yeah,
there's
'cause
no
because
no
defense-
way he scores that if he doesn't.
Oh, what are you
fake
gonna
it.
throw a flag on it? Like,
You have
Like,
to.
how,
Or-
how are you gonna know?
Or they
It's like
say,
money.
or they say it's the same thing as when you slide. It's where you first initialize the slide is where he's down, not where he ended. So the same thing. If it looks like he's going down,
That's
but-
gonna get so much pushback, and I feel like that's just gonna
But at
cause
the
a
same
lot
time,
of
but at the same time, if
issues.
you're a defensive player and he fakes this, if he fakes that, if there's a guy he doesn't see, you're just gonna want to blow him up across, going across it. Like if there was a guy along the sideline he didn't see, he's gonna get his ass knocked out, and he's just gonna be done for this game of the season. That's gonna ruin his career, or at least his season. And then of course there's gonna be a big fight between the teams because you just destroyed their quarterback for no reason.
But
and then what Lucas said, it's going to probably cause some targeting fouls because they're going to be like, oh, well, either I always have to hit the quarterback because he's probably going to fake it and get called for targeting, or he's going to fake slide and I can't do anything to stop him. So it's like, you just got to say it's the same thing. If you look like you're going to slide or you've started to do some sort of motion that makes it look like you're going to slide, you're down right at that point if you're at the quarterback.
I agree.
So
100%.
I think the biggest thing that we can talk about with the Heisman
Also, it shouldn't be Aiden Hutchinson. It should be Will Anderson.
No.
No. Hold up. Let me finish my shit.
Sorry. Keep going.
That's the biggest. That was what I was alluding to, Connor. Was our
Sorry,
big?
I didn't mean to jump
think
the gun. I thought you were talking about something else.
I think that's the biggest argument in this entire Heisman thing is the difference between Will Anderson and Aiden Hutchinson. I would say the statistics are going to show one thing.
Because usually, because it's been defensive linemen or defensive ends that have been nominated most recently.
Or DBs.
Yeah, or Chase Young was nominated. He was a finalist. He's a defensive end. Was it Nick Bosa? Was Nick Bosa nominated?
I don't think so.
He wasn't a finalist.
And Ndamukong Suh, he was a defensive tackle. He was there.
Dude, he finished number 2, didn't he?
He
wasn't second in the Heisman.
Yeah.
And so
it never seems to be the linebackers. It's always either the quarterbacks or the defensive ends or tackle along the defensive line.
Yeah.
So are we giving our top 5 or are we?
No, because we already have.
We already have the Heisman finalists.
Okay, if you who do you think will be how do you think the 4 will be ranked though?
Wait, who's the Heisman finalist?
So the Heisman finalists are Bryce Young,
Kenny Pickett,
CJ
Stroud, and Aiden Hutchinson.
Why is CJ Stroud even in it still?
Because
he's not even playing.
Because the numbers were good enough, even in the loss against Michigan and in the losses they had.
You gotta. I feel like you gotta put.
I think he had one bad game, and that was the Tulsa game. I think.
I would have Bryce Young, Kenny Pickett, Aiden Hutchinson, and Will Anderson. Just that to me, those are the best 4 players this season.
This whole Will Anderson thing, I don't agree with. Will Anderson's literally had a big punch of his stats come up because he literally feasted on New Mexico State. You look at big games, Aiden Hutchinson did way better in big games than Will Anderson did. That's just
I think Aiden Hutchinson should win because I don't want to see Bryce Young win it just because
you're right. You're right. It makes sense, Andrew, because if I will agree with not having Will Anderson in it, and at first I kind of wanted him to be just because of the statistics, but if we go based on statistics, then why is Bailey Zapp not in the Heisman conversation?
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's the thing. I respect what Will Anderson's done, but he just did not perform in the big games like Aiden Hutchinson did. That's the big reason. Obviously, he has the better stats.
But you said Aiden Hutchinson is a finalist, right?
He is a finalist.
Okay, good.
And that's exactly why he should be. He came up. He performed big in his team's biggest games.
Now, who do you like? Do you think Bryce Young should win it, or do you think Aiden Hutchinson? I mean, I feel like Aiden Hutchinson has had more.
Young's gonna win it, unfortunately.
Young is gonna win it.
I think statistics wise, Pickett has the win.
I would go Pickett.
But Pickett has not. Pickett hasn't played Georgia and done what Bryce Young just did to Georgia.
Yeah, that's the biggest difference. But also Aiden Hutchinson, I feel like it's kind of the argument you have with an MVP award. Yes, is it the best player in college football, or is it the most valuable?
If you take that one play away, that team is not that good.
I don't think Michigan does not beat Ohio State without Aiden Hutchinson.
Well, I think if you take Bryce Young away from Alabama, would Alabama still be in the playoffs?
Yes.
Probably not, but they would probably.
I disagree.
They are with worse quarterbacks. They've been in there with worse.
I don't even know who their backup is.
Yeah, but that's what they've also had better defense.
If you take Pickett away from Pitt, they would not have won the conference. They wouldn't even.
I understand that, but Alabama made the playoff with Blake Sims as their quarterback.
Okay, that's when they were more defensive focused.
That was more defensive.
That's how Saban used to go about it. Now he's more an offensive minded guy. His defenses aren't what they used to be. So I actually will disagree. If Bryce Young had not been in there, or they had like a backup or something, I would have said actually no.
But do you still think? I still think Alabama's a playoff contender without Bryce Young. Like they still
agree,
finished with
but
10 wins.
Yeah, but if you
Like,
but Pitt's probably like a 2-win team without Kenny Pickett.
True, but this
Ah.
no, I wouldn't agree with that. But this,
they would
listen, you
definitely
guys,
have a lot more losses.
no, but you
Yeah.
guys have to understand, this is not the MVP trophy.
Exactly.
That's not what this is. This is the best player in college football. Bryce Young this year has been the best player in college football.
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
there's an argument.
I mean, I don't think it's
He
really
may be the
close.
best quarterback in college football. I still think Matt Corral's better than him. But
agree.
No, Matt Corral.
yeah, oh my god,
Matt Corral kind of fell off as the season went on.
dude, his
Well,
coach sold him.
He also was injured, so that's another impact.
Yeah, I mean, no, that I'm not saying that helps, but I just
I'm curious. I'm curious to if any of you have actually watched a full Alabama game.
Yes,
I have. So
I watched when
Have
they
you
played
seen-
Florida.
Have you seen Bryce Young play football?
I also
This is
watched
his
the
first-
ugliest
This
This
game.
is his
No.
first season playing, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, Lucas, I also watched him struggle against Auburn. Their defense
Yeah, he
is
had no time to throw the ball.
Because that was when freaking for one, the game against Florida, that was when Florida actually like wanted to play football. And two, the game against Auburn, it's a rivalry game. That Iron Bowl is going to be the same
I
way
know,
every
but
single
Auburn
year, every
literally
year.
just had lost to South Carolina. And it was
We don't gotta talk about that. We don't gotta talk about that.
like,
We don't gotta talk
Like,
about
But
I'm
it's
that.
still a rivalry game. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
in the
that
Iron
had to
Bowl
have been the
every
worst
single time.
Auburn team that Nick Saban has probably played.
No, 2012, without a doubt, way worse. That's the year Auburn, I believe, went 3-9.
And also the fact that was maybe a Heisman moment that he drove down with like a minute left. But realistically, he shouldn't have even had that chance if Tank Bigsby just freaking falls down.
Here's the thing. This isn't the first time Alabama, when they've been like a national championship contender, has struggled with a mediocre Auburn team. I remember the first time they won a national championship back in 2009 when they went undefeated. What was it? Greg McElroy threw a touchdown pass to Roy Upchurch to give them the lead with I think less than a minute to go. So it's not like this is the first time that a good Alabama team has struggled with a mediocre Auburn team.
Also, we got to mention the two non-intentional grounding calls on Bryce Young. Like, those were pretty bad that they didn't call that.
No, they
Like,
There was a hole in the end zone that should have been a safety for Auburn.
Oh yeah, no, there was a bunch of lucky calls I will say that Auburn got away with.
But I will say this though, it's kind of like Alabama's season this year kind of reminds me of that 2013 Auburn season where everything that could have went right for them outside of the Texas A&M game went right for them.
I mean, Auburn.
Nah, they're not having like these crazy.
Didn't they? I know they went undefeated.
Well, nobody will
they had a
probably.
loss in 2013. They got smoked by LSU. I remember that game.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they had a wide receiver playing quarterback. That's crazy.
Oh, Nick Marshall.
Hey,
Yeah.
he's still a goat.
Oh,
2013?
Defensive back. Correction.
Oh yeah,
mean,
that's right.
His
You're right.
defensive
Nick
back.
Marshall don't hate on him. He's a goat. Like this.
They were only good because Trey Mason was insane.
He was insane.
He
Trey
was
Mason
he was a Heisman.
insane.
He was a Heisman finalist, Trey. So
Yeah, he was.
No,
nuts.
he was a tank. But anyway, guys,
I think we need
it's
to get
time.
to the
It is
biggest
time
segment.
for the bull pick'ems. Yes, sir.
Let me write them down.
All right, but yeah. So bull pick'ems, guys. This is gonna be the biggest part of the show.
Do you have the thing up? Because we have more people watching now. For the group,
We need the actual
yeah,
link.
we need a banner. To probably.
Yeah, I'll post it. I'll post it in the thing. By the way, Ryan, you can use
Ryan, what's the
earlier, right?
what's the pick'em scores looking like?
Okay,
I'm only
so
down by 1 to Connor.
Andrew caught up because Connor just had a awful
Really?
week.
I only got what else besides what did I get wrong other than I only
Okay,
got one pretty
so
wrong.
you got Western Kentucky wrong. You
Yeah,
got
we all
App,
took Western Kentucky. No,
App State. You got App State wrong.
I forgot he took App State.
We all took Western Kentucky though.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Let's see.
Oh,
You
right.
also took Oklahoma State.
If I know, if I had known
Oregon
Billy
too
was going to be coaching Louisiana, I would have for that game. I would have taken them, but I didn't know that until afterwards.
Oregon. You also the Oregon one hurt you too.
Oh yeah, I did take Oregon because Lucas kind of convinced me.
And
to take
USC hurt.
Hey,
all you guys.
to be fair,
Oh, I took USC. Oh my god.
USC got ran by Cal.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think they only
Why
lost
the
by
hell would I-
like.
Why the hell would I take USC?
No,
I
they
should
didn't
know
get
what the fuck
ran. They lost, but they didn't get ran.
No, it was
They-
24 to like 3 or something
I
like
think it was
that.
no, it was like a 14. It was like 34-17 or something.
No, I'm saying it was 24 to 3 when I
14,
last
but-
checked, and then
Oh,
USC
okay.
kind of scored in garbage
So yeah,
time.
so Coster's only I'm at like what 158. Coster's at 157.
Yep.
Lucas is
And
what
then Lucas is at
140?
145, and I'm at 141.
Jesus
So I
Christ,
caught up
that's
a little bit on
That's
Lucas.
a
Alright,
huge
so-
gap though. 17.
Guys, I've just posted.
Doesn't matter.
link
44
in
games.
there. I have posted the link in the in our comments for both our things to see who's going to be or see who wants to join. And if you do manage to get first place, we will have you on the show for one episode. Of course, if it's one of us who wins it, then yeah.
Does that mean I get a vacation? No.
Yeah, Lucas, you can come here. But yeah,
Make my way over to Georgia.
yeah, you can come over here, bud. I'm finally chopping balls off.
Only time last time I was in Georgia, I was driving on my way down to Florida. That sucked. 18-hour drive from Maryland to Florida.
That was
All right,
like
let's do
everything's
this.
sucking.
All right,
this.
so it's
I'm
time for the
excited.
bold pickups. I'm also going to be in the middle of the process of editing a bunch of these still while we're going, but we're going to start off with the Bahamas Bowl. Honestly, this is the bowl I want to play if I wasn't in New Year's Six.
Because
Middle
you're
Tennessee.
going to the Bahamas.
Yeah, exactly. Versus Toledo.
All right, we'll go Connor, then me, then Ryan, then Andrew. Yeah.
Toledo, they're the best Rockets in all of professionals in all of sports right now. They're better than Houston. Go Toledo.
That's not saying much.
That's true.
All right. Well, I'm going to
It's
tell
good.
you right
Houston-
now that
Houston's won 3 times this season.
Yeah.
right. Middle Tennessee is a 10-point favorite in this.
Really?
So I'm going to take Middle Tennessee, the home of old Kevin Byard.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about
All right.
that.
I got to see Toledo firsthand this year. They took Notre Dame to the wire. I'm going to go with Toledo and one of the best names in college football, DeQuan Finn.
Nice.
So, yes,
That is a
give me
good
the
name.
Rockets.
That is a good name.
I kept going back and forth on this one, but I'm going to go with the Rockets. I think they are the better team here. But yeah,
The fact that they're a 10-point underdog is kind of crazy.
I'm not buying that.
No,
The Tail Greeter Cure Bowl between this is a good one.
this is a good one actually.
The MAC champions in Northern Illinois against Coastal Carolina.
Is Coastal? They're the Sun Belt, but they're not the champions of the Sun
No,
Belt.
they're
are they?
not. No, they were not.
Oh, that's
They actually
Louisiana?
didn't play. Yeah, it was Louisiana and App State. I think also won their division.
Oh, right.
Northern Illinois is also a 10-point favorite in this game.
What?
No, Coastal is. And by the
No.
way, Lucas, Toledo is a 10-point favorite in the other game.
You're whatever.
Oh yeah. I got it. You're right.
You played yourself.
No, you don't want to
You've
play.
been looking at that plus signs and things.
No, he's been looking at that Yahoo
Yeah,
Sports.
I looked at the other side. This is according to ESPN, so I'm still
Dude,
taking
did you
Kevin,
not-
the Kevin Byard.
Huh.
I was discussing this during one of my NFL streams. Never trust ESPN app; it never works properly.
No, you said don't trust the Yahoo Sports app.
Well, I
Don't trust
definitely
that
don't
either.
trust the Yahoo
Hey,
Sports app.
still not trusting them. Go empty.
Don't trust- You
All
going?
right,
You going
so-
Northern Illinois?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going Northern Illinois here. They haven't let me down all season, so.
Has Billy or
You are undefeated when taking the
hasn't
Huskies.
Caldwell hasn't been hired by any team, right? From Coastal yet?
Nope.
No.
No.
I'm gonna take Coastal.
I'm surprised he's still there, to be honest.
That is a good point. Yeah, but I'm taking Coastal.
But so you guys picked. I actually got a message from my boy CJ Dunn, who plays for the Huskies, and he gave me crap for not taking them after the
Yeah,
thrashing
yeah,
they put on Kent State.
Oh,
So
I
yeah.
give me a little bit of credit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Ryan
took Penn State. I took Northern Illinois. I remember that.
So I'm sorry, CJ, but I'm gonna have to go against you guys again. Give me the Chanticleers and Grayson McCall.
Give me the STD capital of the U.S. in
If I get this wrong again, I
Myrtle
swear to
and
God,
Coastal. Give me the chance.
he might beat my butt. If
The
I get this wrong again.
roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl, Western Kentucky
Oh,
and App State.
this is another good. This is
Yeah.
another good game.
Yeah.
Oh man.
These are all actually really good games. I looked
Yeah.
through. They did a
Do you
good
think
job.
Bailey Zapp's gonna play in this?
Maybe.
Of course he is.
I feel like he
Okay.
will. I mean,
He's
how many
four touchdowns? He's 4 touchdowns away from tying the record, dude. Of
No,
course
I
he's
mean like because of the NFL stuff. I don't know where he's
I
projected
think
to
he
go,
should
but
stay in
He's.
that.
I mean, what is he like? Probably a second or third round, probably. Right
maybe
now?
fourth,
lower than that. Yeah.
Probably
fourth or
fourth.
fifth.
Nah, you break the record.
What was the score of the Louisiana App State game?
It was an 8-point game, I think. It was 24-16. Was not that.
Yeah.
It was closer.
But App
and
State
then-
scored late to
Yeah,
make it.
and then Western Kentucky was getting ran out of the building until they made a furious comeback versus UTSA. One of you guys goes first. I need to think about this.
I'll go ahead. I want Bailey Zapp to break this record so badly. So he needs 5 touchdowns to do it. If you score 5 touchdowns and you lose a game, then there's something seriously wrong. Western Kentucky's good enough to not do that. So I'm going to take Western Kentucky in this game.
So Western Kentucky has no defense. They may have one of the worst defenses in college football. So this is probably going to be a high-scoring shootout. But I fallen in love with this Bailey Zapp kid just because of Lucas. But yeah, so give me the Fighting Bailey Zapps. They're going to zap the Mountaineers.
Not so fast, my friend. My boy Chase Bryce is going to end his college career with a bang. Give me the Mountaineers of App State to bounce back after that one.
Yeah, Chase Bryce did me real good last week.
I didn't make a pick
I told. Oh, my bad, father.
because I wasn't sure. I just looked up. So Western Kentucky is allowing nearly 30 points a game defensively, but they're scoring over 43 points a game. But that defense, what we saw that with UTSA. If a team can get out quickly, then obviously playing catch up is not going to be good. I think I haven't picked them at all this season, so I'm going to pick them for the first time. I'm going to take App State.
Yeah, go.
You took him last week.
Oh no, you're right. Whatever. I completely forgot about that, but I'll still take them.
All right. The Cricket Celebration Bowl. Oh, I put this twice. Hold on.
Right,
I don't know why they put this bowl game in there. I don't like that they call this a bowl game because it is FCS, but it is the Celebration Bowl. And
why is it considered a bowl game?
Jackson State deserves to be there, though, dude. They don't have
They're 11-11, and they're not in the FCS playoffs.
They're 11-1. Yeah, why aren't they in the playoffs?
Sorry, 11-1. Why
I don't think these guys.
They're not. It's not. They're not in the FCS technically.
Even though they are, but they aren't. But yeah, the Cricket Celebration Bowl. I think this is the HBCU.
Wait, Alcorn State's been in the FCS playoffs before.
Give me
not
prime.
as of recently.
Give me prime time. I'll take Jackson State.
Well, is he leaving?
Yeah, I gotta go Jackson State, man. I'm really, really hoping that Dion can come to Oregon. I know it's a real.
He's not gonna jump. That's too big of a jump, dude. He's
such a long shot. Hey, but that Nike money, man. Dion likes the swag.
He might go to a group of 5 team or something, and then maybe make up to a Power 5. But he's not making that. That's like jumping from
I don't care about him being the coach. He's going to take his kids over there and all the recruits, and they're going to freaking tear up college football.
No, but that's like the equivalent of jumping from single A to the majors in one fell swoop. It's not going to work.
It's happened before, and it can happen again. Go Jackson State.
Yeah, I honestly I would love to see Dion in that Oregon green and yellow, just because I just could see him being like that. Just because you ever see the Aflac commercial? He loves his money. So give me Jackson State. But I would be worried if there is rumors about him leaving.
I haven't heard anything. I mean,
Like, if he does, just because you know how that gets weird sometimes, and the kids don't.
there'll
Really
be
play
if that
for
happens,
the
there'll be
team.
crickets playing in the locker room.
Well, I'm telling you right now, his son is the quarterback, and he's extremely good. So he's not going to lose this game because his dad might leave.
South Carolina State, I watched them play against Clemson earlier this year. They were not good. Give me Jackson State. Oh god, this has to be the craziest sponsor I've seen yet. The PUBG Mobile New Mexico Bowl.
It's not I would have been fine with it if it was actually just the PUBG New Mexico, but the fact it's the mobile version is.
I actually used to play PUBG Mobile. Fun
The
fact.
real question is: do all these guys just get like a free download to their?
That's the swag.
That's
the swag.
Well, it's free already.
They get a free download and like a free box, and they get a frying pan, and that's all they get is the swag bag. They get a frying pan. That's it.
Oh Jesus!
And instead of playing a football game, they have to whack each other with the frying pans, and last person standing wins.
The chicken dinner, the winner chicken dinner.
Exactly, winner chicken dinner.
Yep.
I only played PUBG for about 2 hours as a
Send
zombie because I played a zombie version of played like a infected version with some streaming one time. I'm gonna take Fresno, even though actually no wait. He's not going to be there playing for them as quarterback, right?
No.
Oh.
Jake Hayner's not playing.
No,
He said he's
transferred
transferring.
back to Washington
He's transferring to
because
he's
Fresno State's head coach is actually going to be the head coach of Washington as well.
Ooh.
Give me UTEP then.
And
I'm not
UTEP
taking-
just gave their coach an extension.
Yeah, give me my bad. I'm glad I just remember that. Yeah, give me UTEP. Fresno State. You know, Jake Hayner was getting Heisman, considerations midway through the season, and now he's gone before even the bowl game. So give me UTEP.
To me, I don't really care. I think Fresno State has still better receivers, better running back, better team overall than UTEP. So I'm gonna still ride with Fresno State, who is actually an 11-point favorite in this game.
Yeah, give me
I got
the
that
real.
right this time.
Give me the real FSU. Fresno State just has better athletes, even though they're going to be without Jake Hayner and their coach. Also, the fact that I think the MAC is 10 times better than Conference USA. No disrespect to our boy Cam, but
MAC isn't Fresno State in the Mountain
or
West.
not MAC, the WAC or whatever the
Mountain West.
My bad.
WAC doesn't exist anymore. I don't think.
Give me
No,
give me
it
the
does
real
in
FSU.
FCS actually. Fun fact.
Oh, interesting.
I'm gonna also go with Fresno State here. Talent wise, UTEP, they started off hot this year. Once they started playing good teams, they just fell off.
Shit, I feel like I might have to switch, but I kind of.
So they're basically the college version of the Broncos.
The Buckos.
Hey,
I don't know.
Connor, you might be right here. I mean, without Jake Hayner and their coach, who knows?
No,
You
that's
could be
honestly
right.
not a bad pick, Connor.
Yeah,
I was leaning toward it for a minute, but
that's really my biggest thing. That's the reason why. If either one of them was still there, I'd probably take Fresno in a heartbeat. But since both of them are not going to be there, I just don't think they're gonna. I think they're going to be somewhat demotivated a little bit. I don't even know who's their backup. I don't even know. Exactly. So
It's probably another car.
I will say their running back. Their running back is a beast, though. So
Well, and they have really good receivers too, like crazy.
Well,
I mean, obviously that's where Devontae Adams came from. So
yep. The
Just
Radiance
This next
Technologies
bowl, dude.
Independence Bowl, UAB and BYU. I don't even. This is just.
They
I
did
feel bad for
Baylor
you.
so bad. Or
BYU
BYU.
need a better
They did
bowl.
BYU so
This
bad.
is like a low. This is even like a middle tier bowl. This is like a low tier bowl. And
Yeah,
BYU
I don't know what they were
forced into
doing with
it.
this one.
I feel bad for them.
So wait, what do they get for
7-point
this?
favorites.
Do they get like X-ray machines?
Maybe. Cringe moment.
Hey, those are probably not cheap.
And not. Yeah, you can resell those things.
maybe
Are you kidding me?
they get
I'd
machines that
resell
help
those.
them. Maybe they get machines that help them soak more easily.
Well, I think we can all agree. I don't think we need to talk much. I think we can all agree that BYU is going to probably.
I think we're all going to.
Yeah,
BYU.
yeah.
I think we can all agree.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Not so fast. I'm taking you. No, I'm just kidding. We're going up.
We're all going BYU.
BYU here. So all BYU across the board.
We love you, Mormons.
The Lending Tree Bowl, Eastern Michigan and Liberty.
I do have a question. Since I'm seeing Eastern Michigan, is Western Michigan in a bowl?
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I was about to say if they beat Pitt and they're not in a bowl game, that's hilarious. That they beat the.
They have the same record as Eastern Michigan, by the way.
Oh, that'd been hilarious if the team that beat the ACC conference champion is in a bowl game. It's just like when Virginia Tech barely made a bowl game the year that they beat Ohio State.
It's like when Clemson won the ACC. They lost to a Syracuse team in 2017. Didn't even make a bowl game.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
you guys did on Halloween.
Yep. Friday the 13th.
Okay, who's the favorite in this? Lucas.
This one is Liberty by
8.5. Yep.
But Malik Willis, I don't know if he's playing in this
Is
game.
he going to play?
Oh.
That's the question. Will he play?
Why we haven't made a pick? What are
Wait,
you doing?
whoops! I didn't mean to do that. My apologies,
Officers
folks.
throwing.
I
We're
fumbled
having
back.
technical difficulties.
I haven't heard anything about him not playing, so I think we can just sit here and assume that he's going to.
I get the feeling if he's not playing, we're all immediately going to switch. If anyone takes Liberty, they're immediately going to switch to Eastern Michigan.
Yeah.
Well,
probably.
have you guys picked yet? Are you guys taking Liberty?
I think I'll take Liberty for now, but like I said, I'm holding out. If it's announced that he is not playing, I'm immediately switching my pick to Eastern.
I'm in the exact same boat as Connor.
Yep.
I just
Same
don't
as
understand. I don't understand why he would. He's projected a top 20 pick.
I
Because
agree.
don't get hurt.
So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I thought you
I'm
meant-
taking, but I was going to take Eastern Michigan either way. Malik Willis or
That's
no
fair.
Malik
That's
Willis.
fair.
Just because I think, first of all, we're 0-3. All of us
They
who
did
picked
pick a
Liberty
Liberty
since
since
we've
we
had
had
a few
one.
threes on the code
Oh,
on the
we
show.
are. Oh, that's not good.
Cringe.
And not
We
only
are very bad
0-3,
luck.
not only 0-3, but Liberty's got blown out all 3 times we've had them on
Oh
the
yeah,
pick'ems.
Army blew.
So-
Didn't Army blow them out?
Yeah.
Hey, they only lost by 10 to Ole Miss.
So
That was
No, that was the week.
Oh,
after.
that was the week.
That was the week after.
Yeah.
That was the week
So
after.
yeah, plus Eastern Michigan has one of the best turfs in college football, the all gray
Oh, that
turf.
great. I
Yes.
don't know how I feel, but I keep going back and forth on it.
It's like highlights.
Which
but
do
with
you
the
red
like?
turf.
Okay, wait. Which do you like better? Eastern Michigan's all gray, or what was it? Is it Eastern Washington's
Washington's,
all
yeah.
red?
Or
All
what
red.
about Coastal's all teal?
I like the all. No, well, obviously the best is obviously Boise State's blue turf.
Oh yeah, that's the OG.
That's the best. But of those three, I'd probably take Chanticleer's.
I'm
teal,
taking the
because
West Salem High School's all black turf.
I will say this, though, it is cool, like,
no.
I don't know if it does this to you guys, but it trips
Yeah.
me out when Eastern Michigan wears their all gray and green unis.
Oh, and,
And they
just-
play on the gray
It's
turf.
when Boise
It looks
State
like
wears
somebody
their
put a.
blue unis. It's not fair.
It looks like somebody put a filter over it, like it's like black, like grayed out.
Or just
And it
like when or just like this 2 weeks ago when Penn State was playing what was it, Wisconsin or Minnesota, and Penn State was wearing all whites in a snowstorm, and you literally couldn't see their players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, where are the players?
but no, you have no idea how cool it is watching Eastern Michigan highlights, and it looks like they put a filter over it, but it's just because they're wearing all gray, and you just see the green pop out. It just looks so nice.
All right, who are you guys picking?
I'm going
so I'm
with,
taking Liberty. Me and Lucas are taking Liberty. We're keeping the option open if Willis
Yeah,
doesn't
I'm
play,
gonna do
which
that
seems
same
likely.
thing. Same thing here.
So you're taking
Well,
Liberty as well?
Yeah, but if Malik Willis doesn't play, I'm changing mine as
Yeah,
well.
we're all going to change immediately.
Yep. Brian, is that going to be you as well?
I'm
He's
taking
taking,
Eastern
no, he's,
Michigan.
he's taking Eastern Michigan straight up.
Okay. This bowl game. Oh, this one. This I don't know why this bowl game even exists. The Jimmy
Jimmy
Kimmel LA Bowl. All right, that's enough. I'm done. I'm out.
My question is it at SoFi or is that the LA Galaxy Stadium where the Chargers used to play?
Or was that
That'd be
the
hilarious if it
Soldier
was
Field?
at the Galaxy.
I would have to assume it's at SoFi.
That's ridiculous to have a bowl game that this unimportant, whether it's not even a third of the stadium is probably gonna be filled for this game. And
What's crazy about it is why is Utah State, a team that won the Mountain West, playing like the 4th best team in the Pac-12.
They always do that, though. They
Yeah,
always do that.
Utah State should,
It used
Utah
to be
State
in
should
the
be
Las
playing a better
Vegas Bowl.
team.
No, they used to always do that. They've always done that. But it used to be the Las Vegas Bowl they would play it. Now it's a difference. So I don't know what's going on with
Well,
that.
last year the Las Vegas Bowl was Coastal and Liberty.
That was a good bowl.
No, I'm just saying like that's normally what it used to be. Not anymore. By the way, it is at SoFi.
I don't understand why Jimmy Kimmel is even sponsoring a bowl game.
Money,
I don't know.
make money. He's probably
What money are you going to get with Oregon State and Utah State?
Okay. I'm not going to give my pick because I think I know who I'm going to pick, but I want to hear what Lucas has to say first.
Well, I will tell you right now that
is Oregon State better than the Rex?
Yes, they are 7-point favorites.
They're favored in this. I mean, Oregon State did beat Utah. Oregon State is definitely not the best team in Oregon. Like I will say again to Ryan there, but I mean they're good. After watching what Utah State did last week, it's so.
But San Diego State was one of the most overrated teams.
I get that, but Oregon State isn't close to a top 25 team. So, like, to see Utah State just dismantle them, not just by a little bit.
I know, but Utah State also got dismantled by Wyoming.
I understand that, but I like recency, and recently Utah State beat the hell out of San Diego State. Oregon State, just recently, I mean, they made a good comeback against Oregon, but I think we kind of took our foot off the pedal a little bit in that game. So, I mean, to me, I'm going Utah State in this one.
Why wouldn't you want to go to a game for $25 at SoFi? I would want to do that if I lived in LA.
Yeah, SoFi is also though in the ghetto.
Oh, really?
Wait, so
what is the ghetto of?
But anyways, I would definitely take Utah State here. I think Oregon State's a decent team. I don't think they're bad. And they got a good run game. If they can start running on Utah State, then it's game over. BJ Baylor is one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in the Pac-12. So
over CJ Verdell?
Well, when CJ is healthy, I mean, let's be real. But
wait, so he's better.
Let's not forget about the guy who single-handedly beat Ohio State.
Is he better than Travis Dye?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were really hype on Travis Dye.
Travis Dye should be first team Pac-12 because of his statistics and what he did after CJ got hurt. But BJ Baylor is probably a better running back than Dye is.
Okay, so you're going with Oregon State?
I'm still going with Utah State here.
Okay, so you take Oregon State, right, Connor, or are you waiting?
This is Oregon State's first bowl game in, I believe, 6 years.
Wow.
I feel like
I'm going with the front. Oh, go ahead. You
finish. You finish.
I'm going with the MFN Beavs. Give me the Beavs. I love the Beavs. I mean, I've been in love with this Beavs team since day one.
You just like them because it pisses off Lucas.
No, I actually do. Like, I actually have always had like a weird liking for Oregon State. Maybe I love the orange and black color scheme.
It's kind of funny how that's the same color scheme as Oklahoma State too.
No, I just like Oregon has great uniforms, but I also think Oregon State has some really cool looking unis that they come out with.
Yeah, because Phil Knight felt like throwing them a bone.
I don't know why, but I have a particular memory of watching the Jaquez or the Rogers brothers back when they were at Oregon.
Jaquez Rogers and James Rogers.
Oh, those were those. Oh, I loved when they used to own USC.
Yeah,
back in the late
Rogers.
2000s.
I just remember Jaquez Rogers just destroying teams back in
especially
the
USC
late 2000s. Yeah,
they were USC's kryptonite back in the late 2000s when they had guys like Mark Sanchez and
Don.
I will tell you that the same thing. I'll tell you the same thing about Jonathan Stewart too. Jaquez Rogers and Jonathan Stewart are both like 5'0" and just stocky as all hell. I've met both of them at football camps, and they're bowling balls. Both of those guys. It's ridiculous.
Sounds like Michael Turner.
I want to take Oregon State a bit, but I do just what Utah State did to my Aztecs. I feel like I have to take Utah State.
Yeah, why would you want to take Oregon's little sister? I mean, let's be real.
So I'm gonna take the true best Ags in the country.
Oh, Ags. Yeah, I was gonna go with the Ags actually before Lucas said it.
Wow, so I'm going to be the only one taking
You're the one taking
Bees.
Oregon State.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay,
also
finally,
gonna
let's
say,
move on and get away from this dumb name
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, go
right.
Ags. The R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, Louisiana and Marshall. Number
Is
24.
Billy Napier going to be coaching Louisiana
I don't think
for the
so.
bowl game?
Maybe. I doubt it because
We're gonna give you some leeway here, Connor. If you pick them, then
Yeah, I know.
give you
Like I said, I would have taken them if I known he was going to be coaching against App State.
They are only 6-point
Can I
favorites.
just say, shout out to Billy Napier. Like, honestly, like, give that guy all the props in the world. And he's going to be coaching. I'm pretty sure he's coaching the bowl game. I'm not 100% sure on that.
No, he
But-
came from Bama, so I don't care.
No, I'm just saying, like, give that dude, like,
Obviously, he's gonna
you
be
see in an era where you see all these coaches bail now where their teams have either New Year's Six bowl aspirations in college
Brian
football
Kelly.
playoff. Like, I'm just saying, like, you see what
Nah,
Lincoln
they still
Riley
want to
did.
stay at Notre Dame, Ryan. That's why.
No, I'm saying, like, you see what Lincoln Riley did. You see what Brian Kelly did. And it's just like, it's nice to see a coach actually show some loyalty till the end with his team. You don't really see that much, but give props to that man.
Well, moving on, Connor, are you taking Louisiana?
Yeah, I mean, even if Napier's not there, I'm taking Louisiana.
I'm
I
in the
feel like-
same boat.
I mean, that's such. I mean, I know the record is not always the true best indicator. I feel like Marshall is maybe a little bit better than record, but that's such a disparity. And obviously, Louisiana is pretty much going to be playing in a home game as the away team because it's going to be in the Superdome.
Yeah.
And Louisiana is just going to have home field advantage as the road team, and they're just probably just going to dominate. I feel like, which is it's going to be totally unfair for Marshall, but I feel this is going to be a double-digit plus win, if not by 20 points, maybe. For
Yeah,
Louisiana.
I think it's going to be domination. I haven't been very high on Louisiana all year, but I remember towards the beginning of the year, and this is where Ryan's going to have to give me props when we get to Michigan, but towards the beginning of the year, Ryan has been very high on Louisiana, even with their one loss, and they haven't proved him wrong.
I've been saying they should have been ranked a while ago.
So I'm going to go with Louisiana here. Even without their coach, they're going to probably beat Marshall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Louisiana. They're the best team in Louisiana right now.
They actually are. They actually are.
That is probably true. I would actually probably take them if they played LSU.
Even the Saints.
Yeah.
The Saints are terrible.
Have to say
Can I also say that their quarterback is an actual stud? Like
Yeah.
Levi, what is that? Levi Lewis, I'm pretty sure. Is that his
I
name?
mean, in terms of how he looks or how he plays?
No, just like he is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated quarterbacks in college football. Like
Yeah.
his stats don't look amazing, but just I've watched this kid play a couple
12 and
times.
1.
I mean, dude is an absolute beast. He reminds me of like a smaller version of Cam Newton. Just like he is a strong runner, he's got a really good arm. He's really smart with the football.
Dude, we got.
Anyway,
Yeah. Okay. Ryan.
We've done
It's like,
1,
okay.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, Ryan. Can I
We still
also
got
say
nine
that?
games. We're not even a quarter of the way through, dude.
Yeah,
It's
we
like
still got a lot
40
more to go. Let's just start running through.
Yeah, I'm
these.
going Louisiana.
We gotta run through this. a lot
They're
quicker.
gonna be raging after this game with big time. Oh boy, the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Oh, Dirty Myrtle, Old Dominion in
Dirty
Tulsa.
Just because I still have PTSD from what they did, I feel like I have to go with ODU because I picked them earlier this season. I think I've been correct every time I've picked them this season. So I'm gonna go. I think I'll go ODU.
The fact that ODU has been on our $1 ticket game this season says enough.
Yeah, they got hot as the season went down.
You'll never catch me picking ODU. I'm going Tulsa.
I'm taking Tulsa as well, and the only reason is because they're Davis Brin of that Hail Mary last year. Still got that kid's name in my head, so yeah, give me Tulsa.
You know what I just realized? Ryan's hair reminds me of the hair of Peter Parker from Spider-Man 3.
Oh, when he gets the black,
Emo
when he
Peter
gets the
Parker.
venom,
Oh,
when he
Jesus
gets the
Christ.
venom. funny.
Yeah.
Do I have to start doing that?
Oh no! Stop! Okay, but
Andrew,
that-
what have you done?
but
What have you done?
that's what it's gonna be doing when that's what Tulsa's gonna be doing when they beat Old Dominion. The famous side of the potato bowl, Kent
Oh,
State and
yeah.
Wyoming.
So I'm the only one taking.
ODU. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Kent State because they just destroyed whoever. I can't remember who they played in the MAC, but they destroyed them for the championship.
No, they didn't. They lost.
Did they win?
No, they lost in Northern Illinois.
Oh no! I'm
They-
wrong then.
They lost by a pretty comfortable margin.
I completely forgot about that. I thought that no, I completely mixed that up because
Congratulations.
Northern Illinois was
Congratulations.
was bad last year, and they won the conference this year. I completely forgot about that. Sorry. Just ignore that I talked. You guys go first.
You're gonna still take. So I'm riding high with the Cowboys. I've been picking them all season. Got
You're
them right.
1-3.
I got them right the last pick, and they destroyed the team they played. I can't remember who it was. I think it was
Utah State. Yep.
So I
And then
am taking
They're
the
the best
Cowboys.
Cowboys in the country.
-3, baby. Let's go.
They're the best Cowboys in the
The
country.
Fighting Josh Allens. I'm
The
still
Fighting
going.
Devon Book Knights.
I'm still
I don't know how
going
to
with.
say his name.
I'm going with Kent State in this one, just because. Yeah, NIU held them to like the lowest points they've scored all season, but Kent State still has one of the best offenses in college football. So yeah, give me Kent State.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about recency bias, Lucas. Yeah, Wyoming did win that game against Utah State, just for the next game to get slaughtered by Hawaii. So I am gonna, for that reason. Even though Kent State got slaughtered, I think they're still a better team overall.
Hey, you know what, Andrew? Them Hawaiians are built different.
Hey
Yeah.
man, they beat Fresno State. Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
I will. I guess since I already said it, I guess I'll just stick with it. I'll take Kent State because I already was saying I was going to take them. So
Them Rainbow Warriors aren't no joke.
The Tropical
That's
Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl. I
What
can't believe that has
what a
the
name!
Frisco Bowl is usually.
What a
By the
name.
way, for those who don't know, the Frisco Bowl is significant in the sense that that's where they always play the FCS National Championship. But this is a good game.
Oh, the stadium.
Yeah,
That's the stadium?
UTSA. Yeah, and UTSA never got to play there when they were in the FCS.
Is
So
that
this is their chance.
Is it in Texas or where's
Yes,
this?
Frisco, Texas.
Frisco.
So
Texas.
UTSA versus number 24 San Diego State.
It's crazy to think that UTSA would probably win the FCS championship this year. It's just
Probably
like-
UTSA probably would. Yeah.
It's crazy. But since I'm picking before Connor now because he can't decide on his picks,
That's a good point.
I can't pick San Diego State again after that. I can't. So the Roadrunners are gonna be running home to a victory here. So UTSA.
Give me the Conference USA champions.
Yeah,
Hey.
recency bias wins again. Give me UTSA.
The best thing to happen to San Antonio in years.
Minus when they slept LeBron.
That's true. I really want to keep sticking with San Diego State despite what happened, but with what UTSA did, at least at first against Western Kentucky, where they were up like what 40, they were up like 49-7 at one point, I think. I'm gonna take the Roadrunners, unfortunately, and watch this will backfire, and we'll all get it wrong because the Aztecs decide to figure it out. So I'm taking UTSA, and I don't like it.
The Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, Missouri and Army.
The bowl that Virginia Tech could have been in.
Oh, by the way, actually,
Really?
let me fix that record because
They would have played
Army. I'm going to go ahead.
I thought
and say
that's what
Army
you
is
wanted to
going
be in.
I'm going to go ahead and say
that's the
Army
mil-
is
no,
going to
there's
be
another
9
one called the
3.
military.
I think they're going to
The
beat
military bowl. That's
Okay.
are you putting 9-3 because they're gonna beat Navy?
Go Army, beat Navy.
Go Army.
We do have that pick 'em on here, right? Because I can't remember who.
We already
Oh,
did
we
that.
Oh yeah, we all took
We did
Army.
at the end I think we all took Army, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm moving.
Yeah, we all took Army.
That's correct.
That's this weekend, right?
Yes, it
Yep.
is.
Okay.
And I'll,
Yep.
and I'll probably be streaming that game honestly on my separate channel.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take Army. It's just gonna be, even though they have time, it's such a difficult scheme for Missouri to have to prepare for with the triple option that I think Army's been able to score pretty, at will at times, like against Liberty and against Wake Forest, even though they lost that game. So I'm going to take Army.
So I think it is going to be really difficult, but I'm going to a little bit SEC bias here. I just think Missouri is going to be bigger, stronger, tougher than these guys, and I'm definitely going to take.
They're going to be bigger and stronger than the freaking Army.
I definitely see them winning this. I'm taking the plus 3.5 on this game from Missouri.
Yeah, give me the Black Knights. They're just better.
Okay.
So
Ryan or Costa, give your pick, and then I got a question for you guys.
Go Army, beat Missouri.
Okay, of the two, Army or Navy's uniforms, who are you taking for this Saturday?
I'm going Army, actually.
Army.
I'm going Navy.
Those Desert Storm.
I'm going to take Navy.
Oof.
I'm taking Navy.
I like Navies.
They're both good.
They're both going to be so sweet on TV.
The game's in. Is it in Philly? No, it's in New
York.
It's
supposed to be snowing in this game, isn't it?
Dude, last time the best game that's had in a long time was.
I know Buffalo was disgusting this last weekend, so I'm sure it's probably going to be just as disgusting.
But no, one of the best games they've played against each other recently was the game in Baltimore 3 years ago when Army finally ended the streak or whatever.
Was it 13-14 or something?
It was like 13-14, and Navy lines up for a field goal. He makes it. But then they get called for a false start and back 5 yards, and then he misses because really no fault of his own, but his own offensive lineman screwing him over.
You're thinking
very difficult snowing when it's very, very much snowing a lot.
That is actually not the game that ended the streak. That was
that's the game after. Sorry,
right. 2016. 2016 was significant though because it was Vern Lundquist's last game calling on CBS for college football.
And then you got to actually see. You saw the cadets actually rush the field, which was fantastic.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yep. That was awesome.
Navy did the same thing. I think it was that year they beat Houston, who was like number 5 in the country, and the midshipmen rushed the field too.
Yeah,
in that year I think too. But yeah,
all right. Who do you take? So you're going with?
I'm going with Army.
Okay.
I'm the only one.
Now our second of the two Frisco games. This is so silly. I don't understand this. The first Frisco Football Classic between North Texas and Miami, Ohio.
Just because I don't like Big Ben, I'm not taking Miami of Ohio. Give me North Texas.
I literally was thinking the exact same reason, and also because North Texas blew out UTSA, so I'm going to take North Texas.
Yeah, speaking of recency bias, give me North Texas after what they did to UTSA.
Is on a 5-game winning streak after at one point in the year. They were 1-6.
They were actually on our.
They were on our ticket game, probably.
They were on our.
Yep. I think when they played Louisiana Tech. But yeah, give me North Texas as well. The Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Finally, we get to see this game that Florida would then finally chicken out of UCF and Florida.
Remember, Dylan Gabriel
will finally get to see this game. UCF was begging Florida to play them in the past couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
just because I feel like it's destiny, I'm going to take UCF because I think Florida is just a.
Who's their starting quarterback?
For Florida or for UCF?
Well, UCF.
Is Gabriel's not there anymore?
He's in the transfer portal.
Oh.
Everybody clap your hands.
No. Keep me at the bottom. Because I've been the last person to pick usually, dude.
Yeah.
No, you can stay there. It's fine.
Fine. I still think it's just hilarious because it's also funny seeing Scooter Magruder literally see his sanity, deteriorate watching Florida play football this year. So I'm gonna.
He's a Florida fan. I didn't even know that.
He went to Florida. Yeah, he lives in Tampa, so he's a Florida fan, but somehow
he likes the Cowboys.
How does he like the Cowboy? I
don't know either. I mean, the only reason they're called America's team is because the rest of America is happy when the Cowboys lose. So,
yep.
It's the same reason.
Despite Dylan Gabriel's being out, I mean, he hasn't played in a few games, right?
He hasn't played since the first game of the season.
Yeah, so they went 8-4 without him. So I'm taking UCF. Doesn't matter. He hasn't
played since the first game of the season.
Yeah, he got hurt against
really
Boise State.
Yeah, he got hurt. He's been hurt the entire season, so it doesn't matter, dude. So
yeah, but I thought he came back. I don't know. We can fact check that. But I'm still taking Florida. They played good against a Florida State team that kind of screwed the pooch, but I think Florida State was a lot better than we all.
When you give up 56
thought.
points to a team named Samford, you shouldn't be that good.
I understand that, but since then they fired their head coach. So
They still have no head coach as of
They
right
still don't
now.
have a head coach. I mean,
so
Napier's
they beat Florida
Napier's
State.
not coming in and just coaching them for the bowl game, is he?
No,
That would be crazy.
he's coaching. I'm pretty sure he's coaching Louisiana for their bowl.
Oh, he
game.
is doing the bowl game for Louisiana.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so yeah, I'm taking Florida in this one. Just because I think they played better last week.
Exactly, Luke. That's the exact reason why I picked UCF, just to see him suffer.
All right,
All right, go ahead, Ryan.
So in the game where whoever wins gets a free home mortgage,
That's what they get. That's what they get as part of their swag bag. It's the home mortgage for their house when they graduate.
I want to play in this game. What the hell,
Dude, I want to do that too. Mortgages are so damn expensive.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's cool because
It's
none of these
actually
guys.
crazy though. In places like where I live in Maryland, it's still crazy how it makes more sense to actually buy a house and pay the mortgage than it is to rent in some places in Maryland.
Yeah, same here.
Like,
in
it's
freaking
ridiculous.
Bend, Redmond, Oregon. It's ridiculous.
Hey, well,
Yeah.
you know what? The good thing about this
But
bowl
then,
game,
of course, I could move about 10 minutes north of me to Glen Burnie, and it would be very cheap to rent there.
well, I don't know if you guys know this, but living in Florida is really expensive. So that's why they put these two teams in there, because most of these guys probably all of them will not play in the NFL, so they're going to need their mortgage paid off. But
This
Damn.
game also is in Florida. It's in Tampa.
It also is in Florida. Damn.
The best place would have been Jacksonville. That would have been the best place.
They're all
to
just
visit.
staying in the state.
All right, who we pick? I picked Florida.
I picked UCF.
UCF.
Man, this pains me to pick them, but I'm gonna go with the Gators. I think that.
Can I also go ahead?
No, I'm not doing that. Dude, that's disgusting. So low.
But also the fact that they don't have Dan Mullen, they don't have
That's because
they don't have a coach, but also the fact that they literally Florida State
Put me back on
screwed
my
the
side.
kick.
Connor
Put me back on my side.
Connor really thought he could get away with that. I see all.
All right.
The EC Post Hawaii Bowl.
Wow,
Memphis and
Hawaii 6 and 7.
Yeah, so Hawaii.
Oh, right,
Oh.
right.
Game.
Week 0, right?
Yeah. Speaking of Week 0 podcast.
I mean, Josh, that's where Scooter lives. He lives in Tampa, so
Tampa's not bad. I've been
it's
to
not that
Tampa.
bad.
No, Tampa's actually pretty nice. I've been there before. That's where actually Clemson won their first natty I was at. So yeah.
Give me Memphis for
I
no
can't-
reason.
I can't
don't-
remember who I
Because
picked.
why not?
I
because
can't
why
remember who
not?
I picked in this game on the actual pick'ems on the thing, but I guess it doesn't matter. We'll go off of what I say on here. I can change it later, so I'm gonna go with Hawaii just because of those 2 wins that we were talking about, which I remember Florida State or Fresno State. Can't remember the other one that they got, but it was another big win, I guess. So Hawaii. Also, I have a Hawaii hat. So
Is there a reason why they played one more game?
Yeah,
there's
because
week
because
0.
of that, and they always do that because of the traveling from
The travel, so they have to get
They get
an
an
extra.
extra home
So they
game.
get an extra week or something for.
They get an extra home game.
Yeah,
or
Okay.
something.
All right. Well, yeah, give me Memphis in this game. The Rainbow Warriors are built different, but so are the Tigers. So give me the Tigers.
the Big H, baby.
The Big H.
okay, that's pretty sick. I like
that
the.
high is fire,
That's
not
pretty
gonna
sick,
lie.
actually. I'll admit.
I got this in Hawaii.
You know what? All right, so you want to know what the official fish is of Hawaii? It's the huma huma nuku nuku apu a'a, and the
Okay, that was
huma-
impressive. If that's actually the correct pronunciation.
That is actually I learned it because my grandparents used to go to Hawaii and they got me a shirt with the name of it and
That's
pronunciation.
impressive, sir. That is.
So I am going to go with with the team whose state fish is a huma huma nuku nuku apu a'a. Give me Hawaii. The Taxac Camellia Bowl, Georgia State and Ball State.
Wait, was I the only one to take Memphis?
No, I took
No.
Memphis.
Oh, you took Memphis.
Yep.
I don't think we've ever talked about either of these teams all season long.
No, we had Ball State on the pick'ems before. but
Oh,
that
we
was-
did?
I think
Best team in Indiana.
Yeah,
Hey.
facts.
No,
Facts.
Facts.
no.
Facts.
Facts.
No one cares
Facts.
about South End. That state is for peasants.
So wait, who's the favorite?
Georgia State is by 4.5.
Yeah. Hey, that's actually right in my backyard. I can go to it. They're actually like 30 minutes down the road.
I'll take Georgia State. I got no reason, but I'll just take them.
I'm taking the best team in Indiana.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna go with the best team in Georgia, in Georgia State.
Damn it.
That's not quite. I'm going. So, fun fact.
Can I also say real quick? I didn't want to. I wanted to pick Ball State, but they because Georgia State gave me false hope, or not false hope, but gave Andrew false hope, which gave me false hope that TJ Finley was a good quarterback. So yeah, give me Georgia State.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Georgia State in the fact that my next door neighbor is actually on their baseball team. So
Nice.
yeah.
Cool.
So go Panthers.
A little sentimental there. I like it.
Yeah. The
Since
Quick Lane Bowl, Western Michigan and Nevada. Is Carson Strong playing, by the way?
Should be this game. I mean, I would assume so because this game is even. It's literally
I don't
a
think so.
one-point game.
I don't think so. I think I seen something where he wasn't playing, but I'm not 100% sure.
So are we gonna do one of the conditions again? I think.
Yeah.
Where
we'll have
if he
some
does
conditions.
play,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look.
I'm
it up.
taking
Western
Nevada either
Michigan-
way.
Western Michigan's a 3-point favorite, by the way.
Connor's looking it up.
Yeah.
What my thing says 1 point, but
I just looked on the
according to
ESPN site.
So apparently, because it's unclear whether Strong is going to play, Nevada was at 1.6.5 point favorites at Caesars Sportsbook, but now they're only -1. So they're not only a 1 point favorite, at least at Caesars, because they're unsure if he's going to play. If he's not going to play, I'll probably take Western Michigan, but I'm going to take just Western Michigan straight up.
Ooh. So if he plays, I'm going to take Nevada. If he doesn't, I'm going to take Western Michigan. Although I was tempted to take Western Michigan straight up, but
See,
just
I
too
don't
good.
like this conditional stuff. I'm taking Nevada straight up. No matter
yeah, I'm
what.
taking
Oh,
Nevada.
but Nevada also lost their head coach because he's going from Nevada to Colorado State. Jay Norvell.
What?
Yeah,
I did
Nevada.
not-
Their head coach Jay Norvell for Nevada is going to Colorado State, which I feel like that's a downgrade if anything.
Yeah, that is a downgrade.
because that's in the same conference, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense.
could be a money grab.
Money grab, where maybe that's where home is.
I think I'm still gonna take Nevada here.
and Lucas, also Nevada does have better athletes than Western Michigan does. Like just
I think,
But
so, too.
Western Michigan beat Pitt. Don't forget.
that was week 1.
Week 2, actually, but try again.
Oh, okay.
The
That's
Military Bowl, Boston College in East Carolina.
This is the bowl game that is being played at Navy that I was thinking Virginia Tech could have gone to, but I feel like they said no to this just to avoid playing East Carolina because Virginia Tech does not like
Oh,
East
yeah.
Carolina anymore.
I remember
They hate
that.
They hate each other.
I
No,
remember
literally,
that.
because East Carolina literally ripped up Virginia Tech got ripped up the home and home contract that they had for like the next 10 years with East Carolina back in like 2019.
East Carolina kept beating them.
Well, no, it was also because East Carolina canceled a game when Virginia Tech was offering to let them stay at their practice and stay at Virginia Tech because they were playing each other, and then a hurricane was on its way to hit North Carolina. So East Carolina was like, "Nah, we're not even gonna play you. We're just gonna not play you and force you guys to, scramble to try and find a game at the end of the season." So Virginia Tech's like, "Well, that was disingenuous. So cool, we're gonna take away a big amount of money from you guys and not play you ever again." But it also probably was because they did beat us like 3 out of the past 6 times they played.
Yep.
So Boston College, Phil Djokovic just not looked very good at times, and East Carolina is better than their record is. They played tough against Cincy, so I'm going to take East Carolina though.
I'm going to take Boston College here. No real reason.
I mean, you got to take risks, dude, if you want to try and catch us.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I got to take a risk or two to catch past Connor and win.
Why did my mic get muted? Anyway,
because even your computer doesn't want to listen to you talk.
Anyway, I'm taking Boston College because Phil Dracovic is coming back next year.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big boost. That's going to have this team really inspired to play. I'm going to go with the Eagles. Go Eagles, as Josh Schaefer would say. Go Eagles. The Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl, Houston, number 20 Houston, and Auburn.
I think this one's pretty easy for me. I'm going Houston.
Oh, definitely Houston.
I'm going with the Fighting Ed Olivers. Give me the Cougs.
I'm going with the Fighting Andre Wares. Go Cougs. The Serpro First Responders Bowl, Air Force and Louisville.
I'm going to take Air Force.
Yeah, this one was kind of tough for me, but I'm going Air Force.
Yep.
I mean,
give me the
Cunningham
Falcons.
can do what he did against Duke, but that's Duke, so I mean, it's probably not going to happen.
Louisville has looked good at times this year, but that last game against Kentucky really left a bad taste in my mouth.
It was like
hey, come on,
wasn't like 52-14? Like they got blown out.
Yeah. I was
come on
very
now though.
disappointed.
We know Falcons are the more dominant bird than the Cardinals.
That is true.
Yeah, and also Louisville forgets that birds don't have teeth, yet their logo tries to claim they do. So for that reason, I'm going with the Falcons.
Clean sweep.
AutoZone Liberty Bowl, Mississippi State, and Texas Tech.
I don't know why, but I always thought Liberty Bowl was like a upper middle tier bowl.
No.
I guess not. Give me Mike Leach, Mississippi State.
Yep, I'm going Mississippi State as well. A lot of confidence in those guys.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bulldogs. The real Bulldogs.
All right, shut your mouth. You're an idiot. Bulldog, but I'm definitely taking the Bulldogs. The San Diego Credit County Union Holiday Bowl. What happened to the Poinsettia Bowl?
Oh my God, I loved. Yeah, that used to be what it was. It was the same. It was the point.
What was that one where it was like Chera Ruby Bowl or whatever like that? It was like some long bowl they made fun of on like the HH show or something. Do they even have that anymore?
No, they don't. They used to. It used to be the San Diego Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl. The Holiday Bowl has always been a thing, but it used to be the Pacific Life Holiday Bowl.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're right.
So now, but this is a good game. UCLA and number 18 NC State.
You guys go first. I'm still thinking.
Well, this could very well be Chip Kelly's last game as a UCLA
Before he goes back to Oregon.
Before he comes back to Oregon.
That'd be hilarious if he did.
It's a very, very it's a pretty good possibility. I've heard word that they've already found their new head coach and they're just negotiating contracts now. Is that true? I don't know, but I think it could be partially because UCLA is playing the bowl game.
$10-year, $105 million contract.
So I'm going UCLA. DTR probably his last game in college football. They got good receivers. I'm going UCLA.
Give me the Wolfpack, the best team in the ACC. Second. Well, no.
Second best team.
The second best team in the ACC.
No, they're the third best team.
No,
head to head, Andrew. Head to head.
Congrats. They play a game. Shut your mouth, dude. Cincinnati head to head. Kiss my butt. Wolfpack fans are trash, but with that being said, I'm still going to take them.
I still don't understand why you hate them so much. They were so nice when they came to South Bend.
It must be a Clemson thing. We are rivals technically, but
it seems like you hate every team in the Atlantic for no reason, except
exactly.
I don't hate Louisville.
You've been dominating the Atlantic for so long, yet you hate on these teams.
Well, Louisville fans hate Clemson fans.
Yeah, because they can't beat us.
Hate you guys.
All right,
of course they do, because they hate us, because they never beat us.
Objection, relevance.
Relevance. Guaranteed rate pull. West Virginia.
I didn't give my pick.
Oh, Connor, stop taking so long. Make your pick.
And he's like, I take along.
Yeah. I'll.
No, you just go on rants.
You just go on a soliloquy. I just can't make my mind.
Ryan's just got me going like,
Oh my God, who the hell?
Yeah, I just take a while to make my decision. I feel like I'm gonna stick with the Wolfpack, but I don't exactly like the pick. But I'm gonna go Wolfpack.
okay, the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, West Virginia, Minnesota. Minnesota's, by the way, a 4-point favorite.
Row the boat, Minnesota.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm taking Minnesota as well.
Yeah, I want to say Country Roads take me home, but the Golden Gophers are just too good.
Nah, row the boat. Give me the Gophers.
We all took the Gophers.
Yep, go Ghosts.
Surprised by that, actually.
All right, dude, this one is funny.
The
Wasabi Penguin Bowl. Dude, no.
I'm pretty sure Virginia's a favorite in this.
And this game, by the way, is at 11 a.m.
And
Virginia is a 1.5-point favorite.
I just find it hilarious in a single week, Virginia Tech football and basketball forced Virginia and Maryland to get rid of their coaches in basketball and football.
Wait, Virginia fired their basketball coach?
No. Maryland's Mark Turgeon, Maryland's basketball coach, resigned after they lost to Virginia Tech in basketball, and then Virginia's head coach resigned as well.
Oh yeah.
For no reason, like they just decided to resign for no exact reason.
Yeah, Broncos leaving.
With that being said, SMU is going to win this game.
Yeah, I'm taking SMU. UVA can
give me
kiss
the
my
Pony
ass.
Express, the Fighting Cortland Suttons.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton's overrated, but yeah. I kind of want to take Virginia in this game.
No, Virginia's just going to choke on the amount of wasabi they're going to have to eat, and they're just going to be.
Yeah,
It's just
the loser
Virginia
has to eat
plays
the
no
crap ton of
defense.
wasabi. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Pony Excess here. If you haven't seen that 30 for 30, by the way, definitely recommend it. It's one of the
And
best ones.
Tanner Mordecai. What a guy.
What is it called? Pony Excess or Pony Express?
Pony Excess.
That's a good
Back
name.
when they were paying players in the 80s. The New Era Pinstripe Bowl, the first of our teams finally here. Maryland against Virginia Tech at Yankee Stadium.
I'm taking Virginia Tech in this game. Why? Who's their
Why
interim?
not?
Do they have an interim?
We
Because I
still
don't think
have
Brent Pry can coach
no,
this game.
we still have J.C. Price, the guy that won the game.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that gives me even more confidence. I think Virginia Tech's going.
And Pry has already said he's keeping Price on as a associate head coach / defensive line coach for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely taking VT in this game.
I'm taking the Hokies as well. Give me Virginia Tech.
Probably wanted to take Maryland, but no, I'm gonna go Tech for Connor's sake. Oh,
so
God.
I'm actually going to this game with some family members, and so we're gonna be freezing our asses off at Yankee Stadium at 2:15 in the afternoon, 4 days after Christmas on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be fun.
It looks like it'd be fun.
And I will say Maryland, Tualea Tagovailoa, he was second in the Big Ten in passing yards this season. He set a Maryland record for passing yards and passing touchdowns in the season. Michael Oxley for Maryland has got the team going in the right direction, I think. Well, I think they could. The only problem is they are in the same division, obviously, as Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan State, and Michigan. So there's no way they can ever win that division unless they just somehow gets like a super recruits. But I think Maryland's on the right track. But I think Virginia Tech's got a lot of confidence now, knowing that J.C. Price is going to be there next year, and obviously being able to beat Virginia gave them a lot of confidence. So I'm going to take the Hokies.
Fair enough. The second of our teams playing on the 29th.
The disrespect having Clemson in the Cheez-It Bowl is disrespectful.
No, honestly, the last time we were in this bowl was 2014. We beat, and when it was the Russell Athletic Bowl, and we beat them Oklahoma 40-6 in this game. But
I know,
yeah,
but it's like it's just like last time I seen a Cheez-It Bowl was when Cal played Illinois, and they were both 6.
Oh, wasn't that like the worst bowl game of all time?
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah.
But
But anyway, number 19 Clemson versus Iowa State.
I'll take Clemson.
Yeah, I'm taking Clemson by probably a lot.
You know, the line on this game is even. I don't
Really?
know.
I really
think
don't.
it's because
I
of
mean,
Venables left.
it's probably
Is
because
Brock Purdy playing in this game?
I have
Why
no
wouldn't
idea.
he?
Or is Brees Hall playing? That's the real question.
Yeah, that's a good point. If Paul's not playing, then I would definitely take Clemson.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Clemson as well. But I could see it being close just because of how up and down Brock Purdy is. But I think Clemson's just a way better team, and I also think it's disrespectful out of anyone Clemson could be playing. It's Iowa State.
Well, I'm not complaining because Clemson's going to win this game and have their 10th straight 10-win season.
And you also get your supply of box of Cheez-Its. They do give that.
I'll definitely be
do
grabbing
give
some Cheez-Its to watch this game. Fun fact.
it.
And now the third of our teams playing on the 29th in the Valero Alamo Bowl. Lucas, I know you have bad flashbacks from last time y'all were in this bowl.
Oh right, you guys blew that giant lead to Baylor, right?
TCU.
Or TCU.
When they're back up in Burnmeister.
No, it was our backup in Lockheed, actually, because Vernon Adams didn't know how to stay healthy. I will remind you that Vernon Adams was undefeated in games he was healthy. So let's remember that.
What year was that? 2016.
That was in 2015.
No, 16.
That was after Mary. It would have been.
Oh, it was
2015.
2015. Yeah, it was 2015. You're right. I forgot.
Was it after Mariota though?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was the
the
year
year
after
after.
Vernon
Oh,
Adams
the
had
year
transferred from Eastern Washington. I
Oh
remember
right, I
that.
remember him. Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Connor. This is the bowl of decommits, no coaching,
Well, decommits and no head coaches.
in the transfer portal.
This
Yeah.
is the interim head coach bowl. Oh God. I'm gonna take Oklahoma only just because Oregon's just looked terrible the last two times they played. Obviously against Utah is really just too obviously recency bias, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, like this is a good matchup, but like at the same time, I have no idea what to expect. Honestly, from
Is
either.
Caleb Williams transferring or is he staying at Oklahoma?
He's staying. He's already
Okay.
said he's staying.
So and he's going to play in the bowl game?
Rattler said I think he's transferring there.
Rattler is transferring. Williams is
Okay.
staying.
And
Because I've just heard a lot of rumors that he may transfer.
It's in San Antonio. Nah, not when Venables.
Yeah, it's at the Alamo Bowl.
By the way, it's pretty much a done deal that they are hiring Ole Miss's offensive coordinator as their offensive coordinator.
Who, Oklahoma?
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good hire. So yeah, I'll take Oklahoma.
Ryan?
I'm taking Oklahoma as well. I think this is going to be one of the ugliest bowl games this bowl season just because of the amount of decommits, players leaving, transferring, head coaches not being there. I do think Caleb Williams is better than Anthony Brown, and for that reason alone, I'm going Oklahoma.
I'm going to go with Oklahoma because I think they're really excited about getting Brent Venables. Like, I don't know if y'all saw. I don't know if y'all saw, like, when Venables landed in Norman, there was literally a crowd of people. The Sooner Schooner was there and everything. You know, I hate
and
to
also
see him
Kayvon's not playing, right? Kayvon's not playing in this game.
I would assume no. Yeah, that too. I just think Oklahoma is really inspired right now because I think they do have a good. I am looking at a bright future for them with Brent Venables as a coach. This is something he has been long waited for. As much as I hate to see him go, he deserves it. And this is going to be a good start. So they want to show them what they can do next year. So I'm going to go with Oklahoma. Sorry, Lucas.
And also the fact that
well, here's the thing about what Ryan said, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Oregon has actually had 0 transfers since.
No, I was just saying as a whole, not just them.
The decommits have nothing to do with this football game. Oregon is putting out the same team that they've had the last 3 weeks.
Are you guys going to get your receivers back though? Like, or will they be healthy for the bowl game and will they play?
All 3 of the freshmen and the sophomore.
No, the ones that were injured. Like
no,
Red.
they're all done for the. Like I said, this is going to be the exact same team they put out
that played against Utah.
Yeah. Other than Kayvon, which we beat Ohio State without Kayvon, so I'm not really.
But like Lucas, are you worried at all about because like they kind of mentioned it during the game against Utah and also afterwards about the rumors that the team kind of already felt like Mario was leaving and they had no motivation to play.
Well, I told you that. So,
but do you think they're going to have motivation against Oklahoma? Like, honestly.
Well, I'm let me make my pick. I'm telling you right
Okay.
now, Oklahoma's going to win this game. And it's because they have the better quarterback of the two. So Caleb Williams is going to outplay Anthony Brown. I think it's going to be a really good game, even though you think it's not. I think it's going to be a really good game down to the wire. But I think Oklahoma is just going to maybe have a little bit better guys. I trust Stoops a lot more than I trust Brian McClendon as the head coach for obvious reasons. So I'm going to take Oklahoma in this game, but I think Oregon has a pretty bright future, especially if they can end up hiring who I hope they hire in Lincoln.
Is Verone McKinley playing? Like, is he for sure going to play? Okay.
Yeah, he'll be playing.
Okay.
Yeah, they're literally the exact same team other than Kayvon is going to be on that football field. So I still think Oklahoma's probably – I don't think they're a better team, but I think they're going to come out there a little bit more
Inspired.
Well, I mean, I think you guys will be able to run the ball against them the entire game. I don't think Anthony Brown's going to have to pass the ball very much, but
That's true.
it's going to be a good game. It's just going to come down to it, but for the pick'ems, who I think is going to really win, it's going to be Oklahoma.
All right. The Duke's Mayo Bowl, formerly known as the Belk Bowl, RIP. North Carolina and South Carolina.
Oh, it's perfect that you just brought that up because I was just scrolling through Twitter and Duke's Mayo is absolutely savage. Bobby Wagner said he hates Mayo, and then Duke's Mayo just tweeted out in reply to that the NFC West rankings with the Seahawks at the bottom of the division. They're just absolutely savage with it. They've been on point with their tweets and stuff.
No, they took over where the Belk Bowl Twitter left off.
Belk Bowl was pretty on point with it. And apparently Sam Howell will be playing this bowl game.
That's what I've heard.
Because of that, I'm going to take North Carolina.
Lucas.
Yeah, I'm taking North Carolina as well because Sam Howell, his last game of his North Carolina career, which didn't end the way that he wanted it to, but can at least finish it off with a W and a bowl win, even though it is the Duke's Mayo Bowl. North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm taking North Carolina too, just because Sam Howell's playing. I think that gives them a lot of confidence. So, yeah, go UNC and the Tar Heels.
Go Tar Heels. You know how I feel about this one. Also, South Carolina looked like absolute dog doo in their last game against Clemson. But, I mean, when don't they look bad against us, at least in the last 7 years? The Trans-Perfect Music City Bowl.
When was the last time?
2013, the year before I went to Clemson.
What was the score? Was it like really close, or was it like a blowout by South Carolina?
It was like 31-17 or something like that.
Right, because that was when Spurrier was there, and that's when South Carolina had was it Garcia?
No, that was Connor Shaw.
Oh, that was Connor Shaw. That's why. Yeah, I remember Connor Shaw. He was a beast.
Garcia was before Shaw, but he was good too. Tennessee and Purdue.
Tennessee. If only Purdue's just wishing that they were playing a top 10 ranked team for this bowl game, then they would win probably. But I'm going to take Tennessee and Hendon Hooker.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking Tennessee here. Too much offense.
Yeah, I'm also taking Tennessee here. Also for the fact that there are rumors that David Bell's not playing in this game because of the NFL draft. So, yeah, give me Tennessee.
Oh, the receiver for Purdue?
Not so fast, my friend.
Oh, he's taking Purdue.
He's not taking Purdue.
No, I'm not. I want to. Hey,
you can't take Purdue unless they're playing a top 5 or top 10 team on the road.
Boiler up, hammer down, give me the Purdue, who's, by the way, is #1 in basketball right now for the first time in school history.
Yep, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Actually, when I'm not watching Clemson basketball, I usually root for Purdue as my other basketball team.
Nice.
So you're taking Purdue?
No, I'm taking Tennessee.
Okay.
I said not so fast, psych. The SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl, Wisconsin and Arizona State.
What did Arizona State go aim for? I thought they were like a 6-6 team all the way through, or because I guess they weren't in our pick'ems for such a long time. I didn't know what their record was.
They won 3 out of their last 4 games. I'll credit those.
Well, of course, they played Arizona, so that's just a free win for anyone.
Credit those games were against Oregon or the USC, Washington, and Arizona were those wins.
And they lost Oregon State.
Mm-hmm. I think you can never beat Oregon State.
I will say this, that with that, because I watched the Oregon State game, Oregon State controlled that game from start to finish because Arizona State has no run defense whatsoever. So
This is an easy pick.
Well, hearing
Wisconsin.
that's an easy one. Yeah.
Wisconsin by 1,000,000.
Yeah, here now that you said that, I was going to go Arizona State, but Wisconsin's just going to run it down their throats.
Malusi's
And
going to have a field day.
Mertz has looked a lot better recently, I will say.
Yeah.
Pretty much since that first 4 or 5 game stretch where he was absolutely trash, he's looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Obviously, Wisconsin
Malusi,
should have been able to finish it off against Iowa, but they couldn't. But I still think Wisconsin's the better team.
Malusi is going to have a field day in this one. Give me Badger
give me the Badgers as well.
Yep, definitely Badgers.
I will because if you look at Arizona State's 4 losses, it's because they lost 4 of those games because Jaden Daniels was great.
And they shot themselves in the foot because they should have beaten BYU.
They couldn't play defense. Well, the one against
No,
BYU.
they should have beaten BYU.
They should have beaten BYU. They shot themselves in the foot.
They also can't stop a fly running through their D line. So
it's like a hot knife through butter. The Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. Wake Forest, number 17.
I don't know why, but wasn't it used to be it was just there was an actual just Tax Slayer Bowl, not just like Tax Slayer Gator Bowl?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
This has been the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl for a while. And then before that for a while was the Toyota Gator Bowl.
I don't know why, but I just remember I was mentioning this to you before, Coster. I'm taking a while, but there was an SEC short where it was after Florida State lost to Alabama when DeAndre Francois broke his leg or whatever.
Yeah.
And they said, this is the game that every Florida State fan expects to be playing every year. And the dude's like, Tax Slayer Bowl. And I don't know why. I just always found that hilarious. I'm going to take Wake, though. Their offense is just going to be too much for Texas A&M to handle. And like I said, we were saying this before, Texas A&M probably shouldn't have even been ranked, just even though they have that win over Alabama. So give me Wake.
I have no problem with them being ranked. Like I said before, I don't really know who you'd put in there other than maybe UTSA. But, I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm going to go with A&M in this game.
Not an upset, technically. 7-point favorites.
Which I'm not surprised by because SEC bias, but I'm still going to take Texas A&M in this game because I think teams have kind of figured out Wake Forest. They had a really good run, and then now everybody's kind of figured them out.
They ran into that buzzsaw that was Clemson, and ever since then, they just kind of – it's like everybody figured out. They watched that tape against Clemson and figured out, we can actually stop this offense.
Well, Clemson has held all the teams they played to their lowest offensive outputs all year.
They also almost killed Hartman that game. The amount of times
Hartman got sacked at least 7 or 8 times in that game. I actually felt bad for him. Oh man!
I didn't go. By the way, I was gonna say I'm taking. Lucas kind of stole my thunder, so I'm going A&M as well. I think it also depends on what kind of Zach Calzada you get, but like I said, Wake Forest's defense is probably the worst in the country. So yeah.
It's very bad. The fact that they made Clemson's offense look good, that's all you need to know. For that reason, I'm going to go with A&M as well. Also Calzada, Georgia boy, Linear High School, about 20 minutes down the road. I'm going to go with it's funny. Funny enough, Calzada's high school mascot was a Longhorn. Funny, very ironic.
Wait. Can we play the Texas meme one more time? Do we have it?
Because we're not going to play it at all the rest of the season.
Yes, can we just play
Texas meme?
Texas is back, folks.
Not this time. You're wrong.
We're back.
No, we got you.
When Texas wins tonight
No way.
against the mighty SEC,
No way.
Texas is back.
This one was invented by a writer.
So wait, was that where he says the mighty SEC? Is that from before they played Arkansas?
Yes.
No, that was when they played LSU, I believe.
No, that was when they played Arkansas.
That must have been before they played Arkansas, right?
Yep.
It has to
They were
be,
playing
right?
Arkansas.
Because that's when game day was there for Texas and LSU. That's
okay,
When
but
was
that meme came out after the Arkansas game.
2019, right?
Arkansas used that clip
Was
for
that when
after they
LSU?
beat
That's when
them.
LSU beat Texas,
Yeah.
right at Texas.
At Texas, yeah.
Can I say that right now Arkansas has probably this year was the most had the most savage social media? Like
Yeah,
just,
they did.
We can talk about Arkansas when we're at that game. We should probably move on.
Yeah, yeah, we should. The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. I hate. Oh man, I hate this one, man.
might have
Give me the Cougs.
All right,
I'm
Who's down?
I hate Miami with a passion as well. He's obviously you're taking it because Miami just stole Mario from you guys, but I'm
Hate
taking
Miami.
Washington anyway because I hate Miami as well. Give me Wazoo.
Give me the Cougs.
I'm taking Miami and Taylor Van Dimes. And according to Mario Cristobal, the best quarterback in college football. So
right, you already
give
said
me
that.
the best quarterback in college football.
Yeah, sorry,
Give me
Lucas.
you.
I hate to do this, but Miami's going to be inspired now that they've got Mario. I think I'm not going to lie. As much as I hate Miami's fan base, it is good for college football when Miami's good, and I hope he does turn them around. And this is they're going to be inspired to play for him.
Another Willie Taggart. He'll be gone in a year.
Then I'll say that without crying. Give me the give me the U. The bar. Oh no.
Yeah, the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl. Let's go.
The Barstool Sports Arizona.
Oh,
This is the best
geez.
bowl. This is the best bowl by
I
far.
think it's
In the
Barstool-
game where no one is safe.
So
I don't
So wait,
know. I hope that Barstool Big Cat is announcing this game.
Oh, I'm sure
oh,
he'll be a part of it.
Oh, right. I forgot about him.
I'm gonna straight up make my pick. I'm gonna go with Central Michigan because of the fact that last time I picked Boise State, they got embarrassed after having a big lead against San Diego.
Against
State.
San Diego State. I'm gonna go Central Michigan as well.
Yeah, give me Boise State.
Give me the Broncos, the real Broncos of this USA.
Also,
Yes, sir.
Foster, I just saw something. There's going to be a Formula One movie where Brad Pitt will be playing alongside Lewis Hamilton.
Wait, is Brad Pitt going to be Max Verstappen?
I have no idea.
Oh, God. They have to do this. It's like Rush Hour 2. It's going to have to be like Rush Hour 2.
Apparently,
James Hunt and Nick
Paramount,
Lauda.
MGM, Sony, Universal, Apple, Amazon, and Disney have all made offers on the story, on the movie rights for that movie.
It's going to be insane. Go Max Verstappen, by the way. Lewis is a bitch. I said what I
Dude,
said.
Sunday will be crazy. 8
I
a.m.
know.
is the start.
All right, Central Michigan.
I'm going to go Boise State.
It's just like I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
So wait,
The tax-
Connor, you
I
took
just we
Boise
have
State,
so
right,
many
Connor?
more picks to go.
We don't have that many. We don't have that many left, actually.
Connor, did you
We're
take
at
Boise
2
State?
hours.
I took Central.
Okay.
That's actually good, Lucas. That's actually impressive for
So
us.
me, Andrew, and Lucas took Boise?
No,
I
me
took
and
Central.
no, you and I took
Oh,
Boise.
okay.
The
Okay.
Tax Act Bowl, LSU, Kansas State.
I'll take Kansas because Coach O's not there,
And Max
I like-
Johnson is transferring.
Miles. Wait,
And
who-
Miles Brennan may be transferring to
Miles
Southern
Brennan's
Miss.
transferring from LSU. Yeah, give me K State.
Yeah, I'm taking K-State for the reason that Max Johnson won't be there.
Yeah, I'm going K-State. Also because I think they're better, but also because screw Brian Kelly. And also
Now say
because
that
I
without
think
crying.
Who's somehow less than three days after he moved there.
trying to fake him a
Dialect.
freaking Louisiana accent.
Yeah, we
My
already said that.
family. Like I'm. But anyway, and also with what they did to Coach O, screw you for that.
All right, Ryan. Now say that without crying. By the way, Kansas State is going to win this game.
Here, Ryan. Here's the world's tiniest violin.
The Verbo Citrus Bowl, Iowa, number 15 Iowa against number 22 Kentucky.
Kentucky, because Iowa literally can't score more than 7 points in any important game this season.
I
They
know who
literally
Josh
can't
is
score.
taking in this game.
Oh, we all know who Josh is taking. I'm taking Kentucky. Don't you worry, Josh.
Yeah, don't worry, Josh. I'm gonna.
I think
redeem
we're all.
myself.
I feel like if anyone takes Iowa, they're stupid.
Yeah, we got it. I mean, man, I know Michigan's really good, but man, was Iowa embarrassed in that
I mean,
game.
how many
It was
points
so
did they score? They scored
bad.
what, 7 points.
Yeah, it was like 7-42 or something like that. Yeah, I'm
Clearly,
taking Kentucky.
clearly, Petrus is the best quarterback in the country. Petrus.
Well, the thing
I
was,
mean, it's not even
why did it
close.
take 'em so
Petrus is a
long?
goat.
Why did it take them so long to put in
No.
Padilla?
Who do
I
you,
know
who do you
Padilla's
take?
not
Nathan
good, but
Nathan Peterman or Petrus?
Nathan Peterman at least beat a good team in college.
Nathan Peterman wasn't that bad in
He
college.
was
Peterman
not,
was
bro.
good in
I literally
Don't
watched
even
him play
put
in
Peterman
person.
in the same conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Peterman
Yeah,
really
with
beat
the GOAT.
Clemson at Death Valley.
Peterman was the quarterback when Pitt beat Clemson, right?
Yeah, he
Yep.
was.
Yeah,
Peterman
so
Chris
played a
Blewett
good
didn't
game.
blow it.
I'll
Yeah.
take Peterman over Petrus any
No,
day.
dude. I would take literally Graham Mertz at this point over Petrus.
So we could all agree, go Wildcats. Basically,
Go
Yeah,
Just
go Cats.
Wildcats.
So everyone's picking the Cats.
Yep.
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 Joshua will be happy to know about that. Yes. Sorry about last week. I'm redeeming myself this time. The Outback Bowl. So which free app are we getting? That's the question. The bloomin' onion dip or
The
I
bloomin'
forgot-
onion. It's got to be the
Breaking
bloomin' onion.
news.
What?
Credible source out of Mississippi reported that Lane Kiffin will be the Oregon's head coach on Friday.
Dang.
I'm so
The Lane train has left the station and is about to make its way to Oregon.
Wow. That is a shocker.
So
I'm
then,
not gonna
wait.
lie.
Well, then, who's going to go to Ole Miss? That's the real question.
That's a good point.
Well, we'll
Hugh
have to find
Freeze?
out.
No,
No.
Hugh Freeze got an extension. No.
He's never
It's gonna be-
coming. As much as
Fuente.
he'd love to
Fuente.
go-
That'd be hilarious if Fuente went there. That'd be
Oh,
hilarious.
dear God. No. But yeah, the Outback Bowl, Penn State and Arkansas.
Well, Arkansas just lost one of the best wide receivers in the entire country. He's declared for the draft, Traylon Burks.
Yeah.
Penn State is a really good defense, but I'm still going to take Arkansas or Arkansas.
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 yeah. Give me the Razorbacks.
Yeah, well, Pig Suey also because
Also, I mean, Arkansas has also just been such a surprise this season.
oh, that would actually be
They
hilarious.
also
Coach,
just said Coach O.
Coach O back to Ole Miss. Ooh.
Ooh,
That'd be an
oh right,
interesting-
he was there.
But I'm gonna go with Will Pig Suey also for the fact that Brandon Smith, the really good outside linebacker for Penn State's not playing in this game. So yeah, give me Arkansas.
Woo, Pig, Suey, Razorbacks. Going with the Hogs. And now to our New Year's Six Bowl games. The Czechs starting off with the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, Michigan State, number 10, and against number 12, Pittsburgh and Atlanta. What are tickets
And
on
Kenny
these
Pickett is
prices?
playing in this, correct?
Wow, the cheapest price for the ticket in this game is $22. I kind of want to go.
$22 for the Peach Bowl?
Yeah,
What?
I just looked.
Wait, is this is a New Year's Six Bowl, right?
Yeah, and it's in
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Oh, definitely go.
I definitely
$22?
might go to this.
Is
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett playing in this game? I would assume so, but
I would assume so.
I would assume so. I'm gonna take. I'll take Pickett. I'm gonna stick with. I'm gonna stick with conference. I'm gonna roll with the ACC. So I'm gonna take Pitt. Even though I do think single-handedly, Kenneth Walker should have been in New York just for his impact that he had for Michigan State.
Yeah, he just kind of
He's-
fell off.
If he's not there, they probably are 6-6 probably.
Yeah.
Maybe worse. So I'll take Pitt, but
he's still the best running back in college football.
he is.
Yeah.
I still think that Bijan Robinson is the best running back in college football, but
I agree with that. Actually.
I think that's a really good argument. Yeah, I gotta go Pitt in this one. They just have the better quarterback. They probably have the better offense, and I think Kenny Pickett is just foaming at the mouth to
I
play.
mean, isn't Pickett's like
game.
number one wide receiver, like a finalist for the Blitnikoff or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
Jordan
gonna win
Addison.
the
Jordan
Probably
Addison.
gonna win it.
Jordan Addison's gonna win that the Blitnikoff for sure.
Wait, what's his name?
What
Jordan
about Chris
Addison.
Olave? And
Olave's not even up. He's not even.
Olave's not even-
really?
I think
it's because that guy
Wilson
Jason,
might be, but I don't think so.
I think it also might be because that Jason Smith, whatever his last name is, came along when Olave got hurt and had that really big game that one.
Okay, still Garrett Wilson is
Smith
good
and
as
Jigba?
well too.
Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
Jason
make it
Smith.
quick.
But anyway,
in the big
so you're
game.
Yeah,
Pitt,
definitely. I'm taking Pitt in this one.
All right. Anyway, yeah, Michigan State has the worst passing defense in college football statistically.
I forgot about that.
So Kenny Pickett is going to have a field day,
Yeah,
just
he's
like
foaming
CJ
at the-
Stroud did. So,
Yeah, we saw
give
last.
me Pitt.
Yeah, we saw what happened last time Michigan State played in the lead offense.
I mean, I think
they got
I feel like
smoked.
this game right here is the reason why Heisman should be after the actual season has been done, because Kenny Pickett with this game by itself, if Bryce Young fell flat in his face, probably could have secured it. But
yeah, give me the Pitt Panthers. Now, the least important of the New York Six Bowl
Jesus
games,
Christ.
the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl, the game that no one could care less about.
Where all the players get a free PlayStation 5. I'm not even joking.
I mean, that is pretty legit. I mean, that's the reason why there's the shortage, because that's where
they're all set up for this.
No, because I took them all and sold them all.
Yeah.
You are the worst. You're a scalper, damn it, dude.
I'm a dirty scalper.
You're a dirty scalper.
I'm a dirty scalper.
With that being said, man, I really, really, really want to take the real OSU in this game. But I just think Notre Dame is better at this point. I mean, I know I'm contradicting myself a lot from that last week, but watching them against Baylor was just so pathetic.
They should have won. They pretty much had what, 2 opportunities inside the 10-yard line, 2 different.
Yeah, Spencer Sanders from the 1, 2 opportunities from the 1-yard line.
2 different times.
Also, the fact that the last 3 games that Oklahoma State has played against top 20 defenses, which was Oklahoma and Baylor, Spencer Sanders had a combined 10 interceptions in all 3 of those games. So, and Notre Dame is a top 10 defense statistically.
It's also Oklahoma State. They don't have their defensive coordinator anymore. He's gone to Ohio State. So I'm gonna straight up take Notre Dame. Oklahoma State's offense is not good enough to make up for the mistakes that Sanders can do. And they're losing their defense or defensive coordinator like that right before this game is going to hurt them a lot.
I think it's going to be a tough game for Notre Dame because even though Freeman, they love him so much, he still has yet to be a head coach for a football game. So I think it's going to be tough, but Oklahoma State I think this was like one of the best situations Notre Dame could have had for their bowl game to win a New Year's.
I couldn't agree more.
I don't care who we were playing. We're the team right now that's playing the most pissed off because of the whole situation. No.
They
have no defense.
If y'all played Baylor, I would have taken Baylor 100%.
Baylor has no offense. They have their offense is just as bad.
No, if they had Bohannon, they would have had an offense. But yeah,
they still scored.
As much as I want to take Oklahoma State because F Notre Dame, they're annoying. Their fans are toxic. Yeah, Ryan, that includes you. I think Notre Dame is going to win this one, especially in Oklahoma State losing their defensive coordinator to go to Ohio State. And that's really what carried them. I think it'll be a pretty low-scoring game, though, that being said. But I do think that Notre Dame's going to squeak this one out by a field goal.
This is going to be a hot take. Notre Dame's going to win this in blowout fashion. And here's why. There is not one team in college football right now that is more pissed off than the Notre Dame football players right now.
Oh, really?
Because of the whole situation.
Did they lose their offensive coordinator, their defensive coordinator?
I'm saying the whole situation. Your coach left you when you were completely out of the college football playoff race. But anyway.
You weren't going to make it anyways. They knew that.
We still had a chance, Lucas.
But you didn't.
But anyway, Marcus Freeman is a really good coach. The players are going to play like their head is on fire for him. They're going to come to this game and they're going to try to prove a point. Spencer Sanders is going to have another 4-interception game. The difference between Notre Dame and Baylor, Notre Dame can actually move the ball offensively.
Easy to play with that soft schedule.
I'm already saying right now, the score of this game is going to be 42-14 Notre Dame. And
I'm picking Oklahoma State.
Marcus Freeman is going to get his first New Year's Six bowl win that Brian Kelly couldn't do in 12 years.
Marcus Freeman is going to be the most overrated coach to go down in football history. I'm calling it right now.
This is still Brian Kelly's team. Mark
Doesn't
Rose
matter.
Bowl
No, it's
game.
not.
The
Marcus
Rose
Smith hasn't done anything.
Are
He
we
has-
all so wait? Can you guys switch to Oklahoma State just out of spite just now? Or are we all still taking Notre Dame?
Well,
I'm taking Oklahoma State 100%. Screw Notre Dame.
I took
I'm not gonna-
Notre Dame for the sake of the pick'ems.
I took
The
Notre Dame.
Rose Bowl game presented by Capital One, Venture X, number 6 Ohio State and number 11 Utah. And by the way, Ohio State 6.5-point favorites in this game.
Well, for me, I'm going to just go ahead and jump in here. I don't think it's going to be as much of a blowout as Ryan seems to think, but I do think Utah's going to end up winning this game. A little bit of I think they're I just think they're really hot right now. And Ohio State, I think they're pretty bummed because they were really close to, doing great things. And I just think Utah's going to do exactly what Oregon did to them and run down their throats.
You mean Oregon and Michigan? Just running down their throats?
Yeah, exactly. They're just going to run down their throats. I mean, Ohio State can't beat a team that has they beat Michigan State, which is a big reason why I don't think
But that was like such an off game. I feel like Ohio State just, for whatever reason, decided that they were going to have a run defense that game.
But against
Michigan State, as you mentioned, their pass defense is the worst in the country, so that didn't work very well. Versus C.J. Stroud.
Right. So, I'm taking Utah on this one.
Yeah, give me the best team in the Pac-12, the Pac-12 champions.
This year.
They will be again next year.
Tripping.
Their running back is really good. I think they have a better running game than Michigan State and Michigan. And I also think their defense.
They have a better line.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But their defense is legit. And the fact that I'm pretty sure Olave and Garrett Wilson are going to be not playing in this game to go to the NFL draft makes it a lot easier to cover Ohio State in this game. And all you have to worry about is C.J. Stroud and their freshman running back.
Smith-Njigba ain't nothing to mess with.
Jason Smith.
Yeah, but that's one receiver. It's not like one receiver is going to kill you.
All right.
But anyway, I'm going with the Utes.
I'm going to go with also the Utes. I just think that as much as I thought about taking Ohio State, but I just can't get myself.
We all took Utah.
I was going to say Ohio State, but then when you pointed out that Olave and Wilson are probably not going to play to declare it for the NFL, that made me change. So I'm going to go Utah as well. I think that's going to really hurt them, what they can do offensively.
Yep.
Even though they have a really good running back with Henderson and stuff like that.
The All-State Sugar Bowl, Ole Miss and Baylor.
Oh,
this is such a good game. I feel like this is going to be.
It's a really good offense versus a really good defense for Baylor.
Depends on how Corral's playing for me.
But also now that Lane Kiffin's not coaching.
Well, okay, let's be.
That's the thing is Kiffin might be gone potentially, and if Matt Corral might not play if he's going to be a first-round pick.
Well, think about this too. Aranda also might be gone as well.
Where would he go? Would he also go to Oregon? Or
that's where
I honestly think
he would also go to Oregon, but he could find. He's the hottest guy on the coach in the coaching corral right now.
I'd say Luke Fickell.
Carousel.
But
no, probably Luke Fickell. Then probably
probably Aranda after Luke
probably
Fickell.
Aranda after him. Now at least,
and then probably Coach O is third.
If you go,
Coach O already said that he will
it's
not
probably
be coaching
Fickell, then Napier, then Aranda.
He's not coaching this year.
Coach said that Coach O said he will not coach in 2022.
Wow.
So take a year off, figure out what he wants to do, I guess. This is another one where it's all hinges on what goes on with Ole Miss, whether Lane Kiffin is going to Oregon, whether Matt Corral is going to play or not. I'll take Baylor for now. I'll just take him straight up. But if Matt Corral is playing, even if Lane Kiffin isn't there, I might switch it to Ole Miss. But for now, I'm going to take Baylor.
Go ahead, Lucas.
This is going to be a really good game.
This may be the most even bowl game.
It probably is.
Very, very close.
Who's the favorite?
Baylor by 1.5.
Baylor by 1.5. Wow.
So it's very even.
And this may be the best defense Corral, if he does play, we'll have seen all season.
Yep.
Yeah, probably even better than Bama. That's true.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Baylor in this one, and
That was excellent. That was
you know
excellent.
what's funny?
That
You know
was
what's funny?
excellent.
They actually
That was excellent. I love that.
he actually just signed a new contract with Ole Miss.
Literally
But
like
he
a week
said-
ago.
Yeah, but he said that he would be interested in the Oregon job. Now it's not confirmed, but they are saying
Dude,
that the reason why
Who was the
I'm
source?
an Ole Miss fan. I'd hate.
So they're saying that the reason why they're holding it back right now is because he's putting together his staff.
But this is
which
such
makes sense.
that's such a Lane Kiffin thing to do.
Okay,
But-
but wait a minute. Who is the
Sign an
source that's
extension
reporting
and
this?
then a week later,
I wanna
leave
know.
for a better
The
team.
source was a tweet.
Are they like verified on Twitter?
It was a
Do they have a check mark?
no.
Oh, then don't believe it. If it's on Twitter, and it's not a check mark.
Exactly. Like I
It just
wait
says-
for ESPN.
This is what it says. Well, ESPN never even actually they might have, but I must have just ignored it. But anyways, it says Lane Kiffin is gone. Some recruits that are thinking he took the job at Oregon, so they're thinking this. A small booster from Ole Miss says that he expects Oregon to announce him on Friday. The radio silence right now is from him putting his staff together. It does say take it with a grain of salt.
But he just signed an extension with Ole Miss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Oregon will offer him more money plus the Nike deal. It's
Also, but what about the fact
anyways,
that
I'm taking Baylor.
Okay, who are you taking, Ryan?
I'm taking Baylor as well. I don't know why, but Baylor has become one of my favorite teams this year, not only because of Gary Bohannon, my man crush Monday, but just I love Dave Aranda as a coach. Like he is, I don't know what it is about him, but for whatever reason, I really hope Gary Bohannon plays this game. He was supposed to play in the Big 12 championship game. He could have played, but they decided not to, even when the game was being thrown away by their backup. But yeah, give me Baylor in that defense.
I'm gonna go with Baylor. Sick 'em, as I like to say in those parts of Waco. And now for the college football playoff games. We're gonna start off first with the Capital One Orange Bowl in Miami. Number 3, Georgia versus number 2, Michigan.
Also, we do have to pick who we think's going to win the Natty. Like
I
we
know.
have to
I
do
have that in there.
Yeah, so that'll be that's its own thing. So I think this is actually, despite what we were saying before, I think this is this could be a very good matchup because we were talking about Georgia. This might be a good matchup for Georgia because their rush defense, for the most part, has obviously been their strength, really.
And Cade
Just-
McNamara is not.
Yeah,
very
and
good
McNamara's
ball
not
deep.
that big of a rusher. If anything, you want McCarthy in there, but obviously he's not. They're going to bring him in.
No, I'm saying how Michigan's offense is. They're not a pass-first offense. They're
Yeah.
not.
So they're not going to be able to attack Georgia's secondary as it was. And if they can clamp down on the rushing for Michigan, then Georgia's going to easily win. What's the spread on this? You said 7 for Georgia?
Georgia's, I think, 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take Georgia.
All right, Lucas. You going to stick to your guns?
You already know, baby. Go blue, dog. Go blue. Hey, and I'm gonna tell you right now, they're gonna win the freaking Natty too. Pin it.
All right. Andrew, I know you're going to love this pick. Give me the Dogs. So,
Yeah,
Right,
buddy.
right. There's 40.
I
there's
think
gonna be
this is the
43
perfect
there's
matchup
gonna
for
be
Georgia.
43 bowl games.
just
Go.
after losing to Bama like that, this is a perfect matchup for Georgia. Just
Yeah,
how the
this-
schemes are.
Yeah, exactly. This plays right in the Georgia strengths. They are going to shut down the run. Then Dogs are going to sick them big time.
Is it bad that I don't
Georgia
think
by
this game's going to be
14. I don't think it is either.
Yeah, I don't
By
think it's gonna be
14
close.
Plus 14 plus. And in Dallas, the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, the only 13-0 team, Cincinnati, number 4, against number 1.
I will say this.
Alabama.
I will say this. I hated the amount of patronizing that the ranking guys like Kirk Herbstreit and stuff were giving Cincy about this, getting ranked and getting into the playoff and stuff. They were being very condescending about it. and stuff. And obviously, there's jokes now about the only way Cincinnati got it is because they're obviously going to the Big 12. And
I mean, did you see what Kirk Herbstreit literally tweeted out today?
No, what he said.
He said everybody's been complaining and crying because they want a Group of 5 team to get a chance. Well, now you have your chance to get blown out by Bama.
That's what he said.
Yes.
Big facts. Bama by a million.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Unfortunately, it's probably gonna be Bama. I'll be if Cincy pulls it off, I'll be so happy. But I doubt it, so I'm gonna take Bama.
Lucas took Bama. All right.
Roll Tide, man. It's not going to be – I really don't think it's going to be close. The only good team they played all year was Notre Dame. They are also the only good team that Notre Dame has played all year. So Alabama's going to win this. Alabama's going to win this one by at least – no, I'm taking – what are they, minus 14?
Like a 14-point favorite, I think, for Bama.
Yeah, I'm taking the minus 14 on that.
Are you going to take them by double that, Bama?
By double that, I don't know about 28, but I'll take the minus 14 for sure.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going with the Bearcats.
Nice. I like it.
And it's not even because it's a consolation prize. I genuinely think when Cincinnati plays their A game, I think they can compete with Bama. I think they can compete with anyone in the country. I just honestly think that they've got a great defense. They've got two also the fact that John Mechie's not playing in this game. Ahmad Gardner, Ahmad Gardner and Kobe Bryant are two of the best corners in college football. They're not Georgia's. They're not Georgia's corners, and they will completely lock up and abuse Bama's wide receivers. And I also think Desmond Ridder is an X factor in this game. So yeah, give me Cincinnati and the Bearcats to go to the national championship.
Oh,
I like it.
I like the ballsiness, Ryan, but unfortunately, it is not going to work out for you this time. Cincinnati's going to lose this game by 21 plus. But
it's also like hopeful wishing because I hope they give a Group of 5 team a chance going forward.
But I think this is going to be. I mean, we get one of these pretty much every year, right? Where there's at least one blowout in the playoff.
Sometimes two. Most of the time two.
I think it's pretty much happened at least once a year, and this is going to be that blowout. It's going to be pretty.
I think it's Georgia and Michigan, but all right.
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, so our national championship picks.
Well, you already know mine. Go blue.
He's taking Michigan. You're taking Michigan to beat Alabama, correct?
I am taking Michigan to beat Alabama in the national championship.
Bruh.
I have Georgia playing Bama. I think the fact that Michie is not playing will really hurt them because outside of them, it's really Jamison Williams, and I don't know who they even have as their third wide receiver behind him. So I think Georgia will learn from the mistakes they made and learn from what Auburn did against Bama. And I think they're going to pull it off and finally get that championship. First time since what? The 80s?
Yeah.
Yep. Give me Georgia. Give me the Bulldogs. Maybe they get their own touchdown on 2nd and 26.
Let me ask you this though. What's going to change from this game from the past game? Alabama's receivers outside of John Mechie are still there.
They're going to play man. They need to play man. Give me Georgia. Yeah. If anything, because I just don't want to see Bama win another championship. I just don't want to. I want anything but Bama to win another championship.
Well,
it's utterly annoying seeing Bama fans act so entitled online and stuff, saying that they just should be given the championship every year.
All right, so it doesn't matter because they're not even going to make it out of the semifinal. So I got Cincinnati and Georgia, a rematch of last year's Peach Bowl.
What was the score of that game? Georgia won, though, right? But
Georgia won on the last field goal.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was close. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, but Georgia's a lot better than they were.
So is Cincinnati. I want to take the Bearcats winning the national championship, but I think that it's kind of the same situation with how Michigan is, how Cincinnati's offense rolls. It plays right into the hands of the Georgia defense. And the only real deep threat that Cincinnati has is Alec Pierce. So I'm going Georgia. They're going to win the Natty. Go Dogs. So Andrew can be happy about another Georgia team not pooping the bed.
Yeah, I know.
Luke's is laughing.
Hey, you guys laughed at me when I said they're the best team in the Big Ten. So
I mean, that is
look what
true.
happened.
That is fair. That is fair.
Luke said Cincinnati has a better shot at winning the Natty than Michigan does.
No,
Nah,
they don't.
I won't go that far. So it's going to be a rematch of the SEC championship game. Michigan,
Of course, what the committee always wanted.
After Michigan losing and Cincy losing, it's going to be Dogs tied part 2, and this time Georgia will not be favored. They just got unfortunate they ended up being favorites against Alabama. Alabama doesn't like that. This time they won't be. They will be underdogs, and they will redeem themselves against Alabama, and the Dogs will be raising that national championship trophy, and I'm going to be in Athens watching it, and we are going to be going crazy, and there's going to be a party in the city, in the classic city, to say the least.
But I think we can all agree if Cincinnati somehow wins the national championship, we would not be mad at that.
Probably
maybe
no, we wouldn't.
No.
I would be sad for Georgia, but I would not be mad at them.
I would be upset about it because then that's going to give other group of 5 teams hope, and then the committee is going to be like, oh, maybe we should add in this team, and then they're just going to get wiped up, and it's just.
I think Cincinnati's the best group of 5 team we've had ever. Maybe
I think they're better than the UCF team.
Other than maybe, I think one of those
UCF.
Boise State. I think one of those Boise State teams with Kellen Moore could have given him a run for them.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I would.
That TCU team in 2010? The 2010 TCU team as well.
I think at most, if we could have a dream matchup of a group of 5, I want to see 2007 Boise, the one that beat Oklahoma.
You know what? Let's just say this: it would be perfect if Cincinnati and Michigan made it to the Natty, and Cincinnati beat Michigan. Just because something different. Like just something.
It would be something different.
I mean, that's what we were hoping. That's what we were hoping with Georgia beating Bama. I mean, then we would have 3 brand new teams in the playoffs.
Well, we would actually we would still only have 2, but we wanted Oklahoma.
Oh, Notre Dame. Oh no.
The only thing is I don't want to overreact to one game with this Bama team because this Bama team has looked like a national championship team, and then at some points they look like they don't know how to play defense against our offense against Auburn.
That Auburn game they should have lost.
It depends on what Alabama team shows up. If the Alabama team that played Georgia shows up against Cincinnati, it'll probably be a bloodbath. But if the Alabama team that shows up against Auburn or Texas A&M shows up,
then
that's where I think Cincinnati.
How extremely weak the SEC East is.
Really bad.
There was Georgia and who else? There was nobody else that challenged them in that division.
No, it's crazy because that used to not be the case. It used to be always at least you have Georgia and Florida, and Tennessee at one point. I mean now, and it's South Carolina a few years ago, and now they're just
Connor Shaw.
Yeah, Connor Shaw, Stephen Garcia, Marcus Lattimore.
Exactly. Even Missouri is good sometimes.
Oh yeah, Missouri won it the first year. They won the division the first year that they won the SEC. Right?
I laughed at Josh for saying Cincy was the top.
I didn't. I
don't think so.
We didn't laugh. I don't think we laughed.
I don't think so.
I don't remember laughing. I had no problem with that. I mean, they were once they got to.
I was more surprised after that one. I think was it after they struggled against Tulsa or something, and then they didn't drop at all. But that was it.
Yeah. But anyways, we have our national championship picks.
And if you guys want to, I would put the link in the chat again, really quick. If you guys want to join us and use your football knowledge to prove that we're some idiots that don't know what we're talking about, prove it to us on our Bowl Pick'ems challenge, the Capital One Bowl Media Challenge on ESPN. We have a group.
Yeah.
And then what we plan on doing next week is talking more in depth about all of the coaching hires and stuff like that. And
don't worry, we will limit Ryan on talking about Marcus Freeman.
We already talked about it, so you don't talk about it at all. We talked about that last week.
No.
Overrated.
Gotta wait to see who.
We talked about it at length last week. You don't get to
He's
talk
going to be the
about it.
most overrated coach in college football history.
But so guys, if you are interested, you can either click the link in the chat right now that both of us posted, or you can go into the ESPN Capital One Bowl Mania and look up in the groups the Week 0 podcast Bowl Pick'ems.
Yeah.
And if you guys win,
You get to be on the show.
yes.
Thank
What do
you.
you guys
Y'all's
win?
content is on point. Thank you, Sir Stick Maxis.
I love this guy.
Appreciate it.
Yes, he's our top fan now.
He's a new guy.
Yeah, it
Appreciate
feels
the
like I
love.
think he just found us this week, but I'm glad
Yep.
that you found
I haven't
us.
seen him before, but I love it. Thank you, Sir Stick.
Appreciate it.
But all right, guys, that is going to conclude this episode of the Week 0 podcast. Thanks again for everyone who has tuned in. If you haven't already, be sure to leave this video as a like, as it helps out our channels a lot. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We try to do this at least almost every week, and also for other great college football content. But anyway,
And look forward in January to we'll probably be doing an NFL playoffs predictions as well.
That is correct.
We'll be doing that. We'll be doing
And
March
NFL
Madness.
draft.
Yep, NFL. We'll be doing March Madness. We're doing a full reaction to the NFL draft live, first round at least.
When is the award show? By the way, are we waiting till after the
That'll
national
be after the
championship?
season.
Yeah.
That'll be the first show
Okay.
after the actual season.
Okay.
Yep.
all right. But
So that'll be that. So the game is like that Monday, and then we can have it that Tuesday or Wednesday. It'll be right after that. That'll be the award show probably.
That's
Okay.
correct. But that's going to do it, guys. For Andrew,
Thanks,
Dennis
Tim.
Venables, Coster, Connor, New York, Dotry, and Ryan, Marcus Freeman sucks, Frabble,
Oh,
and
Jesus.
Lucas
You need
Wilde.
to play the
No.
music.
Night.
You need to stop
the
messing
intro
with my damn name.
Never.
You need to play
Never.
the
Yes.
intro music again.
My name is Ryan having a fiesta with the Cowboys.
No, you're not. No, you're
Yes.
not. You're not having a fiesta. The only thing you're having a fiesta is with choking in big bowls. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it. And we will see y'all next time.
Peace.